I had a different intro planned, but first of all, Tifa, you're moving out of frame. Second of all,
You're just complaining.
Tifa has been making really, really loud, weird stomach sounds at me for the last 15 minutes, and it's really throwing me off. Hello, Mame. Hello, Psycho. Happy Friday. Happy last
long
stream
weekend.
of 2023. Happy Friday. In case I didn't say it already. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? Live on every screen near you. Actually, there's a calculator screen near me and you're not live there.
That means your calculator is broken.
Exactly, but that's not a screen, that's a display.
Or just way too old. You should get a newer one that
upgrade.
also allows you to put Twitch on there.
Exactly. If your calculator doesn't allow you to watch My Favorite Letter is X, I'd wager it's not actually a calculator but an imposter. And needs to be changed.
I want to see a doctor for this.
I have said the very same thing to her multiple times.
Oh, why?
Because it's so disruptive.
Funnily enough, it's only before stream.
Are you nervous?
No.
Is it the nerves?
Actually, I'm lying. It's also when I lay on my left side.
So you're digesting, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Tifa apparently needs food shortly before streams. I'm holding my hand over here because I've got a hot cup of tea. My hands are cold. Tifa is digesting live on stream during prep time. You're still on my laptop, phone, second laptop, Xbox, third laptop, desktop, and 3DS.
Well, that explains our viewers.
That is amazing. Thank you very much. That is dedication. I didn't know the 18 in Call Me Mommy F18 is the amount of devices you use at the same time to watch. That is very impressive. I applaud that. So you're not alright? No.
I'm also slightly left.
I'd wager I'm very left. I've gotten more and more left the older I got. I wonder if, I guess like my grandparents at some point when I'm like 80 or whatever, I lean so far left it becomes right, but somehow I doubt that.
That could actually be.
I don't think so. No.
Well, who knows? We're gonna see.
I don't think so.
This weekend is nice, but also kind of sad.
How so?
Like, this is the last long weekend before it goes back to like normal working weeks for a long time.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true, because coming Monday is the 1st of January 2024 and that's a bank holiday in Germany, so we get a 3-day weekend. That's pretty nice.
These short weeks were so nice.
Yes, they were.
They really were. I would do that always. But you know, if I do that, they want me to hand in salary.
Yeah, who pays our bills, man? If I could work less
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
and maintain my salary, I totally would. There's only
my problem is
so much time a day has.
I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like now I like it, but I don't do anything on my days off.
I can think of many things to do in my time off. Like the thing I prepared shortly before stream, but Tifa didn't even realize she was looking at already and she has no idea what it is.
What is it?
I will tell you in a moment. Hi,
hi,
thanks for reading the text. You're cute. You're cute. We can all be cute together. Tifa looks pretty cute today.
Love. I already said it, but...
Cute.
Cute? So what did you prepare? Let me clean my glasses again, because I keep having stains on them.
You're horrible at segues. In a moment. Ceiling fan isn't on today, so I can't reach my cap of 80 devices right now. It's like 6,000 degrees in the room you're in, because of all this stuff running. I hope not.
Today is a day where no matter what I do, my glasses do not get clean.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that it happens that way.
It's the pain of glasses.
Tifa, are you ready to do something that we have never done before?
Yes.
Wait, I don't think I am. 1 second.
Totally ready. So what did you prepare?
You will see. I think somebody brought this up last year already. Or somebody asked the question last year. And I was not prepared for it. And then while I took a shower before stream, because I do that every day, I suddenly remembered that conversation from late last year. I think it was Shrift, I'm not quite sure. And I had this epiphany moment, and when I prepared this.
No, okay.
Are you ready, Tifa?
I guess I am.
I don't know how well this will go. This might be horrible. Let's find out. Maybe we'll never do this again. Would you please press this button for me?
This one?
Yes.
I can press that. There you go.
Let's do a recap of this year. Since this is the last stream of 2023 and all that.
A recap of this year. That's not something you do unprepared or unannounced.
Good thing I have prepared for both of us as I just...
That's totally not how you do this sort of thing.
So, I put together
I don't know what we did this year.
a list of all the games we finished this year or started and stopped playing. It will make sense in a moment. So one game isn't in this list, and that's Trauma Team, because we're not finished with it yet. Because
But we played it in the year.
Because I feel if I want to ask you what I'm going to ask you with every game, then it doesn't make sense to have a game in there that we didn't finish. Can you see how well we gel together spontaneously?
Yeah.
Too long, didn't we? 2023 was horrible.
It went really fast.
Don't think so.
I'm not even sure what
I have
all did
opinions
in
on
this
that
year.
too. Now, the first game we finished in 2023 was Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Was it? Did we also start that this year?
No, we started that last year, but we finished it this year.
Okay.
We did the full Paldean Pokédex run together.
True, I do remember...
We didn't plan to 100% the story, only focus on the Pokédex, but because Pokemon were tied to progress in the game, we had to do both at the same time.
I do remember doing that.
I remember getting bodied by a Dodonzo for an hour because I was stubborn.
Yeah, that was on you. Who failed the Pokédex first?
We did it at the same time because the last thing we both did was a trade. Yeah,
this was
we
also,
did it on purpose that way.
This was also one of the first runs we did in a long time that wasn't like a Nuzlocke. It was just like playing for fun.
True, because the games had just come out when we started.
Yeah, and we didn't play through it ourselves yet.
I mean, we did during the stream.
Yeah, but before
that was for purpose.
That was the first time we played this game.
True, random blind.
Yeah.
How did you like Scarlet and Violet?
It was nice.
Why have we not bought the DLC?
Somehow I'm not interested in the DLC.
For me, it's mostly like a philosophical, political thing, because I don't like that Game Freak only has a set amount of Pokemon in the base game, because that enables them to go, oh, by the way, we made DLC. Look, you can get 100 of your old favorite Pokemon back into the game. And it's like, you know, you could just do that part for free.
I find $30 for that a bit much.
But it's two DLCs. There's also story and stuff. There's new areas. It's not just old Pokemon.
I might still get it at some point, but right now...
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
You can get it though.
No. It has to be together. Otherwise it's not the same.
Fine, we can get it when you feel like playing it.
Maybe one day. But you liked Scarlet and Violet?
Yeah.
Are they your favorite Pokemon games? Of the mainline games? Because the open world approach was very different. It was open world the entire time.
I did really enjoy it. I also enjoyed the co-op mode you could do. That was kind of fun.
Yes.
And different.
Yes. Surprisingly well done, given that it's Game Freak who made it.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, my nose itchy.
It's a shame you can't buy DLC used on eBay. Maybe one day soon. Didn't the European Union just rule something that you can't actually resell licenses? Who knows? Maybe in 2024 we'll get to that point.
For games?
Licenses. A DLC is a license.
I'm quite sure that wouldn't fall on the license. Like with a license I would see like a Microsoft key or something like that.
What's the difference?
Like a license for your
Do you know how much
firewall.
enjoyment I get out of PowerPoint and Excel? Those are the DLC to my work life, basically.
Yeah, but I wouldn't consider this a license.
Why do you give them bad ideas? Anyway.
I'm telling you, it's not gonna happen.
Are they your favorite Pokemon games now? Or do you prefer the old linear ones?
I don't know, both have their advantages and disadvantages, but I really did enjoy playing this one. Would I say it's my favorite? I'm not fully sure.
It still didn't beat Hard Gold and Soul Silver for me.
I did like it better than Sword and Shield though.
Short and Wheel.
I was mixing the two.
My stripper name, Short and Wheel.
I don't even remember finishing that this year. That felt like last year to me.
I know, right? That's what I was also feeling when I put the list together.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while. It's been a year. Next.
Yeah, good.
After that, we finished Skyward Sword HD.
Oh shit, was that this year too?
Yeah. We also
That's where
finished
all
that
my
this year.
years and months are like blending together.
I would have also said that was last year, but it wasn't. We started it last year, I think, but we finished it this year.
Oh, we did, yeah, true. We did the Divide week thing. We did like 2 days Zelda, 2 days Pokemon. Yeah, I remember. That was also a fun game, but I really didn't like the flying mechanics.
The flying mechanics I could live with. The game, for every good thing that it does at least one thing I did not like. Especially now, like looking back on it, the amount of backtracking. Like I guess it's a very smart way of reusing parts of your assets, but at the same time it's like
keeps your gameplay alive.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that was a thing until you said it.
Also, I know we talked about this extensively while we were playing because people told us it's an us problem. The fights against Girahim. Like, I think we won all of them by sheer luck. When he was the dungeon boss. No.
Skill?
No.
Pure skill. It took a few tries if I recall correctly.
No, by the end, yes. At the beginning, I have no idea why I sometimes managed to damage the guy and sometimes I didn't. Because to me it felt like I was doing the same thing.
Yeah, it had its moments. It wasn't an easy fight.
When the game works, it's nice. When it doesn't work, it's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
I wouldn't say, or I wouldn't call that doesn't work. It's more like you don't understand how you triggered it. Like, that's different.
Yes, but that's what I mean when I say that.
It's like me just mashing in Street Fighter and saying things don't work because I don't understand how to trigger it, and sometimes I trigger it by accident.
But that's the problem with bad video game controls. Unless you're playing it for yourself, it's hard to describe it because, I mean, the beauty of this game when we played is you could see us move our hands and you could see the action on the screen. I couldn't make heads or tails out of it at points. At least in the sword fights, like 2 or 3 of them. Generally it made sense, but sometimes it didn't. Also the amount of resetting of the gyro controls we had to do.
Yeah, that was slightly annoying.
Now you remember. Or the fact that you couldn't fly a bird.
I already said that.
I could do it beautifully. So, would you agree then that the controls can be hit or miss? Just what missed with you, hit with me, and vice versa?
Yeah, fine. It makes you happy.
It's not my favorite Zelda game. No. Maybe with classic, like, button controls I would enjoy it more.
I did like the story.
The story was cool.
Yeah.
Also slightly wild. Or weird. Whatever happened to Gruz? I don't even remember.
Didn't he stay as a guardian or something?
He stayed somewhere, yes, and then Impa died. That was sad. After that we read German bedtime stories. Struwwelpeter and Max and Maurice.
Yeah, Struwwelpeter I really enjoyed
it.
doing. Max and Maurice was a bit too long, I think, for what we were trying back then. Didn't flow as nicely as the shorter stories. If we ever do something like that again, that was a learning experience.
I hope we won't, because
I remember wanting to do this for like months and you kept refusing.
Yes.
And then we finally did it.
And I still refuse it.
I saw the book today.
Good for you, I don't know where it is.
It's in the hallway, I believe. I wanted to put it away, or remember I wanted to put it in the bookcase, but it's still in the hallway, I think.
But we went through it. Definitely, the cartoon faces fit so well. Thank you. I worked hard on that. Yeah, no.
In case you've never noticed, they're in every game thumbnail Jack has ever made.
Spoilers, this is...
If you've ever seen them on YouTube.
The stuff of thumbnails for YouTube.
They're always hidden in there.
Yes.
Well, hidden.
Yes. Yes, fair.
Sometimes more visible than
every
others.
single time. Now, after that, we started 999.
Yeah. We also... I remember doing that this year. It just also feels so long ago.
I thought 999 was last year.
Yeah, because Virtue's Last Reward was in between, and that also felt so long.
Because it was.
And you think like, oh, it doesn't fit.
Yeah. How did you like 999?
I still prefer the art style of 999.
Agreed.
In the series so far.
Yeah. Nicely done, beautiful 2D art. Will always have my heart over 3D most of the time.
Same.
But I understand that it's more difficult to make and therefore more expensive.
Pays off if you ask me, but in the end got used to the other characters as well, or the other art style as well. But it didn't beat this one.
I loved 999. There were three puzzles that messed us up. That push block puzzle took us way too long. But overall...
All in all, I think we did well.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Liked the story, the gameplay was cool.
We shared the brain cell quite well in this one, I think.
Yes, we did.
Me too. Some were like, what is it?
I think it's completely fair. With this many different puzzles in a game, there's bound to be something that throws you for a loop. There's no shame in that.
At some point you start overthinking it, or you just don't see it. It's like when you look at something long enough, you just don't see it.
Yeah, some things you're good at, some things you aren't good at.
That's with everything. Like sometimes I look at a word for too long, and then the word starts to look weird and out of place. Like I once doubted how to write friend. I looked at the word friend for so long that I was starting to become sure that I wrote it wrong, and I had to Google whether I spelled friend correctly at some point. And I have that with other words sometimes too. The longer I look at it, the weirder it starts to be, and it's the same in puzzles.
Yeah, our advantage is that we're two people with very different approaches. So
I think that helps in a lot of puzzle situations, actually.
Yes, it does. Where it didn't help was in Breath of the Wild.
No, but seriously, in like 999, but also other puzzle games, I feel like every time we struggled, or I struggled with one, you usually solved it quite fast. Or when you struggled, I solved it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we were both stuck. And then you guys solved it.
Yes, thank you for that. And one place where we got stuck at for a while was that stupid tower. I remember that. I think we spent an entire stream climbing one of the towers in Breath of the Wild.
So you mean the one that I climbed?
I think in the end you did, yeah.
I did, yeah.
I was this close to making it multiple times, but then the game decided to be a hater.
Yeah, that tower was absolutely mine.
We started playing Breath of the Wild to de-rust before the release of Tears of the Kingdom.
True, get back into the story and everything.
Yeah.
That was fun. It's one of those games that's a bit harder to play with two people, but it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I was shocked how much of the dungeons, the champions, like the Divine Beasts, that's the name in the game, how much of that I remembered. Because at parts I was just breezing through them with you.
Went quite fast. When I did my own playthrough, I was in there for like 2 hours.
Same.
I think at least. And I think the first dungeon you did back then, and I think you were done in like 15 minutes or something. You just went
something like that.
Done.
That was partially an accident. I did not actively remember most of it, but apparently my hands did, like my muscle memory.
It also looks more straightforward now than it did back then.
Yeah, because you have like faint memories of it.
Yeah.
I love Breath of the Wild still, despite it being a very clear departure of more classic Zelda games. There is one thing I cannot forgive Breath of the Wild, and that is that stupid shrine with a blood moon. Still mad about that. Every time I get stuck on this one. That took us 3 days? to finally get a blood moon happening at the right moment?
We took a while to trigger it, and then we both took a different approach in getting it. You were like, oh, killing enemies, and I don't even know what I did.
Yeah, but in the end we went back and just made something like that.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild is good. Having played Tears of the Kingdom, not on stream, but privately, I think I would have a much harder time going back to Breath of the Wild. Because they are similar, but they're also very different.
Yeah, that is true. You can't really compare the controls and everything.
Well, also the gameplay, because in Breath of the Wild, it is a very valid tactic most of the time to just run away and spam bombs. Can't do that in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, I kind of missed the bombs in the beginning of
it would
Tears
be too
of the
overpowered
Kingdom, but it would
with
have
all
been
the
too
other
much.
powers.
Yeah, it would have been too much.
Yeah.
I get it. But Breath of the Wild was nice. I think
it was beautiful.
Personal save file, I had a little bit over 300 hours in the game. It was...
I finished after 140, I want to say.
I stalled
all
until
shrines,
a bit over 200. I have this curse that once I finish a game, I usually stop playing it. And until that moment, I can spend hours doing things, running around, finishing the side quests. But the moment I finish it, it's like, okay, I need a break now.
But if you have played a game for 100, 150, 200 hours and then you feel like, I'm done, I'm good, I think you got your money out of it.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
100 hours is like 5 real life days.
Even if you only play it for 50 hours.
4 real life days.
When you spend $1 an hour, basically.
Yeah.
That's very reasonable.
It's a good game.
Breath of the Wild was great. It changed things.
Paka Plus.
I remember Paka Plus.
I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it so bad.
What's that command? I need
Alpaca?
Alpaca.
I think with a K. I don't know why.
With a K? No.
I don't recall.
Commands. What's our commands list?
With an S at the end.
Oh, there it is.
Imagine having set this up yourself. The connection to this site is not secure. What did you do to that website, Tifa?
It has an SSL certificate on it. I just
You're
didn't check
talking
it.
gibberish. Also, you're leaning out of frame.
Yeah, that's fine.
We have a command based on this game.
Let me quickly check on my phone.
We played this for Valentine's Day. That's how long it's been. It's been 10 months, 10 and a half.
True. This was the... there it is. Why does it work on my phone but not on the...
Because we're bad at computers.
Oh yeah, it was Alpaca Waka. Wait. Alpaca Waka.
There we go.
That's what it was.
Modern Arts Alpaca Food Font.
There's something weird with this URL, or it's my laptop, because it obviously works on my phone.
It's probably just you. Anyway, I was trying to say we played this for Valentine's Day and I wanted to love the game. The idea that your girlfriend turns into an alpaca is so good. And then we were kind of semi-rushing to get to that point because that's the gimmick. And the game takes so long to get there. By the time we got to that point, I had just mentally checked out mostly.
There's a lot of needless text in it.
There's so much world building, I go to the school, this is our friend, and there is so much text to describe all of this. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, but not even text where you think it adds to it. It's a lot of repeating, a lot of needless things,
you can
saying it again,
we do.
Saying what the other person is saying, then saying it once again, and you go through the same thing 6 times.
My wish list for the future is a Paka Plus redo, where they re-release the game and trim the fat from it.
Yeah, that would make this game perfect.
Maybe I'll check it out again then. No, we dropped it after one stream because it was so
it was too slow, too long. But I love the idea of this game. And if they ever do a little trimming
we'll come back.
I will absolutely get back to it.
We'll try again.
The art style was really cute.
Yes.
That was great.
Yes. And the moment the alpacas showed up, the game became better. It's just too little too late. After that, Tifa had ditched me to go to a work thing and I got to Jizz. Jack is streaming solo. I got to play Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. I played through both normal modes, as Mega Man and as Vile in the background. I had a blast. The game still holds up. I don't know why they never re-released it again. Because good luck finding somebody who still has a PSP or a copy of the game or another device to play with.
I'm not a big fan of the Mega Man games.
Yeah, you're a hater. Your opinion doesn't matter. The next thing we did was our anniversary stream.
Yes!
My favorite letter is X-Gaiden, that time my girlfriend pressed the wrong button and we got isekai as low-effort VTubers.
That was so much fun. You better have put the song in between here.
I did not.
As a throwback.
I did not.
Then put it on.
I cannot.
Why not?
Because I cannot.
Can't you show that in a different thingy?
No, I do not.
Wow.
The sooner you accept this, the less awkward this part of the stream becomes.
Wow.
It's not set up.
I can't believe we went through all that effort to write our own songs.
My girlfriend's fingers moved so fast you pressed the wrong button and we were cast isekai to a world strange and new. Our journey's just begun with so much to do.
Low effort VTubers, our debut. That's not,
okay,
it's not
carry
the
on.
same. No, it's not the same.
Because Tifa cannot do the whole song live.
I also kind of forgot the lyrics at this point.
That's actually offensive.
Do you know how long I spent writing that song?
Yes.
Those were my lyrics, by the way.
I also remember how much, sleep I lost over setting all of this up.
That's true.
Making all the assets, rigging it, finding a way to make the systems happening and all that. Yes, I remember it. And I had a blast.
But yeah, we did a VTube stream back then to celebrate 3 years affiliate, I believe it was, or 3 years streaming. 3 years streaming,
3 years
not affiliate.
Yeah.
And basically the 2 emotes you see in every thingy turned...
Watch it on YouTube, it's all there.
So we turned into our VTube avatars. It was kind of fun. We had our AI overlord, which is also one of our emotes, who transformed us into a digital world. It was
What do you
so
mean
much
the
fun.
AI overlord that you did? You pressed the wrong button, it's right there. You need to repeat that someday.
We might actually do it. I mean, we still have like the avatars and stuff.
I got everything. I learned, I made the VTube assets. I learned the software to animate it. I learned how to rig it. I learned how to set up the cameras, the systems to translate what we're doing to the stuff. We made 2 songs for it. We did all the other stuff. Why would I throw that away?
Made the beats for it.
That's what I said, made 2 songs.
We call it low effort VTubers, but I don't think we ever put so much effort into anything.
No.
That was so many hours.
I've been having jobs for over 15 years, and the amount of work that went into this, I think, eclipses all of my work life. Something like that.
It was a lot of prep. I think we spent a few months preparing for that one
I
stream.
did, yes.
Hey, I did too.
You did help as well.
I did help.
That is true. One day, it's gonna come back. After that, we started playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Oh, yeah. That was also this year.
I loved the first chapter, liked the second, liked the third, and the fourth and fifth got a bit long. And then we got to, the fifth one especially. I thought we were done with the game, and when we got to the DLC case that they added for the re-releases, the fifth one, with Sky, Emma Sky and her sister, whose name I forgot, with a luminol and everything.
I don't remember.
And that took as long as the entire game up until that point.
I do remember the last case being the longest,
yes.
A tiny bit too long.
Because we also got stuck quite a bit. Because
not as much, though.
Unlike Trauma Team, for example, where they do that very well, the game doesn't tell you when you're done in an area. It just doesn't advance. I hope they change that with the second and third game. We need to continue the franchise at some point.
But that didn't justify how long that chapter was. It was still extremely long. Compared to the others.
There was a lot of meat on the bone, and like I'm saying, we got stuck a lot. And if they had some more guardrails against that, I would have loved it. I hope they have it in the second one. We need to play it some point.
Had some fun with it though.
After that was Amori.
Oh, why are you swapping so fast?
What else did you want to say about Ace Attorney?
Well, now we're there. Omori.
Did you still have anything to add? No. So what's the problem?
I was, but you're already swapping, and now we're at Omori.
Yes.
I think Omori was the surprise of this year.
It was an honor to shitpost with you. Thank you for that. It's an honor to have you. Omori shocked me.
During Ace Attorney is when you joined, right?
I want to say it was during Omori. I am bad with remembering things. I'm sorry.
No, you were there at Ace Attorney, I think. Or was
We
Omori
played
really
both of them at the same time. But we started Ace Attorney first.
Oh, that was at the 50-50.
Yes. It was the first Omori stream. See?
Oh.
See?
Yeah, okay, fair.
Decided to stick around. Thank you for that.
Biggest regret of 2023.
This is why I said 2023 sucked. No.
Spend too much time here.
You cannot spend too much time here. That's not possible. Now you can't get rid of me. I wasn't planning to.
You can't get rid of us.
True, we do share a brain cell after all. Omori shocked me in multiple ways. I knew people loved it, but I didn't expect it to be this good of an experience. I keep saying experience because it's more than a game. It is more than a game.
It was kind of like this roller coaster that you go through.
Yes. Yes, it was. I don't regret playing it. I don't see myself ever replaying it.
Well, the problem with a game like this, it's a bit like with Danganronpa. Once you've played through it already, like the shocking factor or the surprise is kind of out of it. And that's like a big part of the game. This game is still cute, it's still adorable, but it won't leave you hanging on, oh, what's this character? What's going to happen? What does this photograph mean? Because you already know all of that.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was a big part of what kept you on edge in this game.
I wonder when I started following. I cannot tell you, but maybe Tifa can.
I can tell you the date, but not during which game.
August 21st, 2022.
That was V3 Danganronpa?
Could be. I don't recall.
That could actually be. I don't recall if
No, that can't be V3. No? We finished uploading V3 in May. I don't remember, but I'm happy to have it. Back to Omori, though. I hope. I don't know. Did Omocat make a new game in the meantime since release of Omori? I don't think that it.
When was Omori released?
I have no idea. I still haven't looked up anything. Because spoilers, retroactively, I guess. It's the kind of game where now I know that a developer like this exists, and the next game they make, I will also check out.
Knowing you, you'll probably be a bit wary already.
I mean, I'll have expectations, but 25 December 2020. Just had the third anniversary. Oh, nice.
So August 22, that's longer than I expected. Over a year.
It feels long and it feels short at the same time.
Yeah.
Time is weird like that.
It really is. But that's more because my memory and dates and all of that's kind of like one big humble jumble.
A little bit. Run the merch shop from now on. If I want to rest on the laurels, I don't blame them. There's the Xbox issue unresolved, but alas, maybe one day. Maybe in 2024. Who knows?
Omori was a great game though. I enjoyed playing it. I also don't think...
music too.
It had some
The music
bangers.
really shocked me.
It had some bangers in there.
Yeah. It was a good game.
Yeah.
It's a good game. After that we played Give Me Toilet Paper.
Was that for April's Fools?
No, we just did that after Omori.
To like take the edge off maybe.
Yeah.
I thought we had a reason to play this game, but I don't remember.
I think our reason was... What a shift! Exactly! I think back then I introduced this as we've played 999 and Ace Attorney to challenge our brains, we changed Omori to challenge our souls, and now we play a game about dexterity to challenge our manual skills. Give Me Toilet Paper is amazing. Everybody that has a Switch should buy this game.
It was a nice...
It's unironically amazing.
Relaxing, no-brainer.
Yeah. It's like $4 or $5, something like that. Everybody that has a Switch Not a Switch Lite, can't play it on that because can't take off the Joy-Cons. Everybody that has a Switch needs to play this. It is amazing.
I wouldn't pay more for the game either. But it was quite fun. Like you actually, well, you don't have to, but part of the experience is to put your controller into a roll of toilet paper.
Yes.
And then you like roll it around. It was quite fun.
If they make a Give Me Toilet Paper 2 with like more levels, because this one had like 50 or 60, something like this,
not as
I will buy it on release.
We finished it in like 45 minutes or so.
I think an hour or something like that.
Yeah. We were done quite early.
Yeah. We also accidentally and actively deployed speedrun strats.
We were quite good at it. Or Ming
Yes.
I was quite good at it. I remember
Here we go
you
again.
dying more.
Mr. Pretty say this game changed our butts. It did in a way. It did in a way.
Well, I'm more thankful if, like, when looking at this thumbnail, that you are the first toilet paper in line to be grabbed.
That's not toilet paper.
You're kind of a roll.
Anyway, after that,
Hey, you
we did
skipped
Fall
the game.
Guys. No, I didn't.
Yes, we did. After the toilet paper game, we played this very weird game about being stuck in like this bathroom. And then we had to get out, and it also gave me motion sickness. I forgot the name.
I completely forgot about that. It's also not on YouTube, so I don't even have it on this list.
Well, it's the same stream as Give Me Toilet Paper.
Yeah, but I didn't recall it.
Oh, fair enough.
There was another game we played. I don't recall it. I don't even recall the name.
It was like a super weird horror game that had lots of things going on. I remember getting motion sick. I don't think we finished it.
No.
It also had like several endings.
Yes.
And I don't recall what you actually had to do besides like try to
Get
find a
out
way
of the toilet. Something like that.
Yeah, I think we didn't manage regardless.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't as good as Give Me Toilet Paper. Fall Guys. Still fun.
Yeah, we should do another Fall Guys stream.
I always regretted that I didn't buy Fall Guys back when it came out, and then eventually it went free to play, and I've played a couple rounds since, and it's fun.
I always regret buying a game after it goes free to play.
Good thing we didn't buy Fall Guys back then. Fall Guys is nice. Can't really go wrong with it.
The shitty thing is, I prefer to pay for it than play it over the Epic Game Store.
I just hate the Epic Games Store.
Yeah, their launcher is so annoying. But other than that, Fall Guys is a super fun game. We should definitely do another Fall Guys stream again.
Another Fall Guys with stakes where we need to go work out.
No, without the stakes.
Yes, with stakes.
Without
Always
the
with stakes.
stakes.
And after that, Virtue's Last Reward.
That was also lots
And
of
that
fun.
took over 3 months. And it didn't feel like it. That's the weirdest thing.
And it's a long game.
Coming from, or having played 999 before this, not too long before this, I expected it to be around the same length. It wasn't, it was more than twice long. We played 94 hours, I think it was. I know a lot of that was because of like wild discussions and me and Tifa not pressing A, I know, but we always do this with this type of game.
We've gotten better at it though, because I remember in like Danganronpa we spent literal hours on topics.
One frame. That's
yeah,
true.
exactly.
And
so
I wouldn't
we've gotten better at playing the game.
I wouldn't say that. I would say this is the way we are.
It's our playing style.
That's just how it is. I like it that way. Virtue's Last Reward is also amazing. I think the thing I enjoyed the most was me once again dabbing on you and being right about time travel and all of that.
It's some kind of hype that's in every game.
This
for
game
some
came
reason.
out years ago.
Regardless, it's stepped onto like the first hype then.
There's a crossover event from Fall Guys and Final Fantasy XIV got all rewards and never bothered any. Fair. This was alright. Yes, it was.
It really was.
You discussing stuff is interesting to watch. Thank you. I understand that some people don't like that, but then this is not for you. Sorry.
You pull like 1,000 theories out of your ass and then you go like, oh look, I was right. Of course you're gonna be right about one of them. You basically mentioned every possible scenario there is.
Tifa, don't be resentful.
Hey.
What?
The other thing, I wish
Yes.
they stuck to the art style that they have on here.
Oh, and keep in-game assets 2D.
Like, yeah. I love this art style, but they had to go 3D.
It's too expensive. They had a very small budget.
You think it's cheaper than doing all of the animation?
No, it's not. Having somebody draw every asset is way more work than making a 3D model and animating it. It is much cheaper. Unless you basically employ slave labor for your artists. Which I also don't want to happen.
I mean, that is true. But yeah, story was great, had lots of fun, took some getting used to.
I have no idea where we're gonna go with Zero Time Dilemma, the third one.
No, we also still need to get into that.
Yeah, next year. It's not gonna happen now.
Well, obviously not.
Can I press the button now?
No, you can.
After that, it was time for November. And we played Amnesia, or tried to, as is evident from little Tifa down by hurling. I liked the game. It wasn't bad. I would have loved to continue, but it doesn't really work if one of us needs a bucket while we play. How did you like Amnesia?
I think the game could have been great.
I think it might be.
But my biggest problem with streaming horror games, like I kind of want to do a couple more horror games once I found some that I might be interested in.
But don't hurt you.
That don't hurt me, exactly. Like I prefer my horror unhurt. But I also feel like our setting ruins playing it.
Because you need lights.
Yeah, I know, but like you can't fully emerge with this much brightness.
Oh well. Good thing after that we swapped over to Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion 1, not the little known remake, Luigi's Mansion 2, or the remake of a remake, Luigi's Mansion 3. All of the things I just said nonsense, but this is what Tifa said. Luigi's Mansion I thought was great.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Ever since I played it.
Controls were a bit hard.
The controls were weird. Yeah, because you have this like twin stick thing happening, but the camera doesn't move along. Yeah, it still holds up.
Yeah,
it's
it
nice.
Was much more fun than I thought it would be. I look forward to playing 3.
And simple. I'm looking forward to playing 2 first, which gets a remake next year.
Yeah, but we're skipping 2 for now.
No, we don't.
Everyone says 2 is stop skipping.
Stop pressing buttons.
You press buttons. Everyone says 2 is not as nice as 3, so why would we play 2? We might as well just.
The remake isn't even out yet. Maybe they fixed all of the problems.
But you don't know that.
Can I press the button now? Because this conversation leads nowhere.
Jack is in a hurry. I'm pressing the button. Press A.
We go in order. Thank you.
Why should we go in
psycho.
order if you already know the middle one is bad?
But how will I understand the story in 3?
Ah yes, there's so much story that you will need.
Why do you hate Luigi?
I hate Luigi, but I'm quite sure I don't need 2 to understand 3.
What you do need to is Slay the Princess. Well,
Slay the Princess was lots of fun. That broke my mind.
Yeah. Slay the Princess confused the hell out of me at parts. That face fits better than it has any right to. Thank you.
It really does.
I spent an hour getting that happening. Slay the Princess was way better than I expected.
Oh yeah, and there will be more content next year, which means I will definitely go back to the game.
And I did look up one thing after it. At the end, when we got to the endings, we did 2 endings. Currently, the game has 3. You being silly and I need to go to bed, I have to go to work tomorrow and stuff, cost us seeing the 3rd ending. So yeah, when the update is where I think refined, redux, something with R.
I can't be an upstanding citizen if I'm sleep deprived, which I already am.
I don't care. Slay the Princess was cool. Any game that can make you play through the same premise over and over and over and over without you feeling like it's a chore.
And with differences. Impressive. I really like that. It went like all over, but it also kinda forced you to go into a different path if you've already been on one, which I liked.
Yeah.
Like I was wondering, okay, we need to like remember what we did to go into different directions, but you don't have to.
Yeah, the game helps you.
Yeah.
This is the kind of like
it's a
guardrails that I appreciate. Like the game is actively helping you, trying to see all of it. I like that.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I guess we have to revisit it when the update comes out. Yeah. And for free, that is true. That's also very nice.
That is very good. I still don't understand, especially when you look towards the end of the game, I still don't understand anything that's being said in the majority. Like I understand...
I still need to do that skit that I was talking about. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Yes,
I still like understand the baseline where they were going with, but like the actual words went like, phew.
It's a bit like talking.
It was an experience.
Where the language is like to make you feel something, to invoke something. It did that.
It felt like it fit the setting.
And it incorporated that into the law. Also very true.
It fit the setting. I just didn't understand a single word of what they were trying to tell me.
Do you have that feeling a lot?
Sometimes, yeah.
I know that problem.
Especially when you talk, there's like this loud beep and I don't hear anything anymore.
And after that it was the time for the end of November and we played absolutely a true crime story starring Keanu Reeves, and it is the best game people don't know exists.
It was pretty good.
Everybody needs to play this game.
It was pretty good.
Everybody. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Was not...
Did I hype it up too much back then, Tifa?
No. It was much better than expected.
Justified.
The only thing I have to say about it is that I wish it was longer.
Yeah, there needs to be a sequel.
They could have made this longer.
There needs to be a sequel. I don't know, a trilogy. Make it infinite games. We get a FIFA, NBA, NFL, whatever game every year. EA, save your money. Give it to the people that made this gem and just let them do their thing. Like, it was beautiful.
I'm not sure if they can keep making sequels, but it was so much fun.
Yes, it was.
And that's most important.
After that, we played 4 games in a row. Sonic Suggests, the Nicolas Cage dating simulator, the IRS simulator, and Never Novel. Sonic Suggests was amazing.
I'm still a bit traumatized
I forgot to remove a watermark on my own stream. No.
By how that looks, but sure. I have to admit,
understandable.
Not taking Sonic Suggests into this, I was a tiny bit disappointed in the other simulators.
Nicolas Cage dating simulator?
Yeah, that wasn't for me. The IRS one was funny, but also not really for me. It didn't hit as hard
because
as
we're
the previous
Germans,
one.
we do taxes in Germany. I feel like IRS simulator hits even harder if you actually need to deal with the IRS.
Yeah, but it also didn't have that much to do with it in the end.
I mean, it did.
Not really. But regardless,
I recalled it.
I think Nether Novel could have been amazing. Like, I was starting to get into that.
Unironically, the best story, somehow.
Yes, it felt like an actual RPG that you could like fully play through, but the game unfortunately crashed for us.
I still haven't found a way to fix it.
And we haven't been able to get past that. So we will never know how that ends for now.
Maybe that's why it's called Never Novel. It's just a typo. It's supposed to be never with a V.
I think it was because of some image file missing in the thingies that it keeps crashing.
Yeah.
That was it, no? Yeah.
That's what it was.
That was such a shame. It was a beautiful game. Just like Sonic Suggests, but different kind of beautiful.
And that was it. And we're currently playing Trauma Team, but we haven't finished that, so it's not on the list.
Should have still been in the list.
My question for you, Tifa, is what was your favorite game that we played and finished this year?
Good question. Can you show me the list again?
I can.
No,
I can show it to you. Yes.
Wanna say Omori was my favorite. Not necessarily like on fun level, but it was the nicest package like altogether. Yeah. I think my favorite stream was, despite me majorly messing that up, was our anniversary stream. And that was also a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was great.
That's the thing I'm the most proud of.
Yes. Yeah, same. Omori was... Yeah, I would say the best game we've played this year. I would agree.
Yeah, Omori had me on the edge the most.
Yeah.
Like it had like everything. It was
Close runners up for me 999 and Virtue's Last Reward.
Yeah, I would.
I mean,
that's fitting.
I don't think we played a single game that I didn't like, so it's not like I'm saying the rest was crap.
Well, Mega Man.
Get out. No, the only game I didn't love, like I said, was Paka Plus, but the rest of them were at least good.
Yeah.
Even Skyward Sword, despite all the things I have issues with, was a good game.
Paka Plus was unfortunately the most disappointing because I was so hyped up to play it.
Yeah, same.
And then it was kind of like meh, and that was such a shame.
Yeah. So go check out these games yourselves. Or
Play
watch
all of them.
All of our YouTube videos. Not all of them are even up yet. Not at the time of us streaming this stream, at least.
By the time you're done with the first few that are up, the rest will be there.
Yes, yes. I think currently...
It's like 1,000 hours.
All the ones we've shown will be up on YouTube by Valentine's Day. Something like that.
Yeah, by the time you're through that, it's definitely all there.
Like Tifa says, or has said multiple times during our recaps, just watch everything. Yeah. Don't ask questions, just watch everything. Just be there.
And if you have no time, just watch it on 2 times speed. It still works.
I would say 1.1, so that you can still understand what is happening.
You can still understand that too.
I don't.
No, you can.
I don't.
I say before you set this up, I say we take a short break and then go into the recap because it makes more sense.
I disagree, but I'll take it. I'll take it. BRB.
Maybe. Oh, wrong button. Oh. We're back.
It feels weird to not see a video game at the same time. Meanwhile, Tifa, what happened the last time we played?
That's kind of your fault, isn't it?
Wow.
You could have already pressed the button, but you didn't.
That is a very dumb way to try to get out of a recap. Tifa, what has happened the last time we played Trauma Center now that we're back?
So we finished a new chapter where we try to figure out who killed... What's her name?
We did not finish a new chapter.
We started a new chapter.
You said finished.
Oh, well, we started a new chapter where we try to figure out who killed Mrs.
I named the title, I put it in the title, Who Crossed the Parkers.
Yeah, who killed Mrs. Parker? She has been stabbed in her mountain home, and for some reason...
What's with that phrasing? She got stabbed in her mountain home. Sounds kind of like you're trying to go for a euphemism, but it's horrible.
Why? I got everything at once. Like now you know, she got stabbed in her own house and she lives on a mountain. That doesn't really matter right now.
Anyway.
So yeah, she got stabbed in her mountain home, implying that she got stabbed in her own house and she lives on a mountain. So we got that out of the way with her husband, and her husband is the one who claims he did it. However, the FBI doesn't believe it. We have no clue why he's lying about it, because he doesn't seem to be the killer at all. He's also wheelchair bound. That's not that important right now, but I'm quite sure that will come into the story at some moment, because we've also been discussing how he's been able to stab her to death with that much force.
It makes it less likely that he is able to stab her the way she has been stabbed in the story, which was so
fully
hard she's been fully impaled, like through the body, which is, it takes quite a bit of force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we're trying to investigate what actually happened and why he is lying and covering for someone, probably.
Seemingly.
We also found out that the daughter has been murdered in the meantime. Abigail, 2 days ago actually. She was found in a warehouse, but also while dragged out of a river while fishing.
It's weird. She died / has been found in 2 different places from what we recall. Like there's a warehouse, it's by the water near a restaurant or something like that.
It was a bit weird. They say she was found in a warehouse, but one of the testimonies where we don't go like, oh, he's lying, says he dragged her out of a river.
2 for the price of 1. Yes, unfortunately.
It's kind of rough. when we asked the father about it, because it seems like she was killed the same way as her mother, he was like, oh, really?
I did that too.
And then he was like, oh, I did that too.
Yeah.
So obviously he's very much lying. While trying to figure out who now actually did it, there was a lighter, very expensive lighter with a name that was left on the crime scene.
The name of Abby's boss.
Ex-boss or boss?
Boss. Sean Bowman.
Was that the one she was having an affair with?
Yes.
Her boss who she was having an affair with. We found this lighter on the scene. Turned out that lighter was left by the wife of the boss.
Because we only found her fingerprints on the thing.
And that's basically where we left. So now we're trying to figure out how they died, who done it, and why the father is covering for them / lying about having done it.
Yes, and one last thing, a recurring theme is that somehow we keep finding fur.
Oh, because that's from a fur coat.
Seemingly.
It's from what we know so far.
We haven't found it yet, so.
But it's kinda... like the whole story so far is straightforward, if you ask me.
Kind of, yeah.
Besides the fact that the father keeps saying he did it. I don't see any reason at the moment.
Haven't forgotten it, just didn't
Did
get
you
to
already
ready.
press a button?
No.
Then I'll press it.
There's
no reason so far on why he would cover for anyone.
That's true. Somebody must have some tremendous amounts of dirt on this family. For some reason.
How much dirt can you still have on him if your wife and kid are dead? Like, what can you still do to him?
I don't know. I'm not a Parker.
I'm not sure what we had to do last. Oh, yeah.
We had to talk to Victor Padrini, the chef / fisherman of the restaurant where Abigail went, and he found the body.
He's also friends of the family, so he knows them. Okay, let's listen to them.
There was something fishy about his recording.
You ready?
Yeah.
How'd she act? Let me think.
This is about when she was last seen. Let's keep listening.
I remember that she was talking on her phone.
So she was talking to someone on her cell phone. Glad we...
And I think we also learned that the person who called her called from a
cell
public
phone
payphone.
thingy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Public cell phone, yeah.
I clearly remember that she left the restaurant in a hurry soon after that.
Something urgent? Something related to that phone call? She was on the phone and then she left. I wonder if it was related to the phone
Maybe
call.
she suddenly had diarrhea.
But you didn't leave.
He went after Miss Abby.
How can he be so sure?
He left the restaurant an hour after Miss Abby did.
Okay. Guess that's a pretty large gap to chase after someone.
To be fair, if they just brought the food out.
But she didn't eat it.
Yeah,
She
but
left before the food was out, remember?
Yeah, but maybe he waited for the food.
Nah.
The gentleman drank it all himself before he left.
See?
That doesn't sound like something a murderer would do. Or he's creating an alibi.
Exactly, or doing it on purpose, yeah.
I remember being disappointed because they ordered a very fine wine.
Dr. Kimishima, we've received a recording.
More questioning? Who is it this time?
Carolyn Bowen, Sean's wife. Once they confronted her about the lighter, she started talking.
Oh yeah. We were gonna point her out as the main suspect to get her mouth moving.
I see. I'll check it out.
Is that a Dutch saying?
I don't know.
Details in boss's wife's account have been updated. There you go.
Asked about her actions. Oh yeah, she claimed she was at home the entire day, which couldn't have been possible.
Yeah.
Let's see what more she has to say.
So what if my fingerprints were on the lighter?
She's anxious. That's a good sign.
That's got nothing to do with... Why am I a suspect?
Because you're sus.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep getting worked up. I'm sure she'll slip up and tell us something.
No, I'm telling you it wasn't like that.
Here it comes.
That skank. I didn't report it because I knew I'd get dragged into this mess.
Didn't report what?
So she knew about the victim after all.
They look like they were having the time of their lives, and I lost it.
Oh yeah, she says she was home the entire time, but she also knows her husband is cheating on her,
Yeah.
and it is believed that she did actually see them in the restaurant where they met up. So she's lying. Yeah.
I was going to charge in there and slap both of them.
Sounds like quite a fury.
Understandable.
I followed that slut, but just because I was curious.
This woman's much too vulgar for my taste.
Clearly Naomi doesn't know what that feels like.
I would be mad too.
Yeah.
I
Who wouldn't?
didn't want her to get away. Of course I was angry.
Well, we got Caroline's motive squared away, no problem.
She went into a warehouse not far from there.
But then she wouldn't kill the mother too, I would say. Like, that goes a
would you-
bit far, doesn't it?
Why would you go to a random warehouse?
Well, if she got instructions on the phone. This must be the warehouse where the murder took place.
I couldn't see too well from where I was hiding.
Caroline was hiding outside the warehouse?
So maybe she saw the murderer at least.
But she didn't come out for a while, so I peeked into the warehouse.
Alright.
So she witnessed the murder.
Hopefully for our case.
There was this hairy beast.
Harry Beeston. Is she making this up? Maybe the werewolf theory comes to...
Yeah, honest Psycho. Have you played
comes
this game
true
before?
after all. I want to believe it's just this really big fur coat someone was wearing. I don't think we're gonna go into werewolves, but still, that would be really fun.
I still don't understand where somebody with a big fur coat comes from.
Well, it's good for hiding you. Like one of those like Russian mafia fur coats that cover like everything.
I've only ever seen those in movies. By the cliche Russian mafia evil bad guy character.
Well, it means they exist.
Do they though?
You don't see anything like from the back. That fur coat cover like your entire face line or headline, whatever you want to call it.
A headline is something completely different.
Whatever.
And baseline is not a word.
It's terrible claws.
Claws. Abigail's head? That part does actually make sense. With its claws. That doesn't explain
Oh
the
my
marks.
god, oh my god, I'm calling it now.
What?
It's a furry.
The moment I said what, I was like, you're gonna say furry. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be. We're not going to furry.
The murderer is a person in a fursuit.
Also, don't say that too loud. My phone is next to me. Yesterday, I was watching some random TikToks, and I kid you not, I landed
Random TikToks.
on furry talk. I do not know how. It didn't happen today. When I
I'm
went
pretty sure if
through.
we check your history, we can find out exactly how that accident happened.
Yeah, because we like all the cute animal videos, probably.
I think there's... First of all, everybody likes cute dog and cat videos. So I think the overlap of that with everybody in the population is quite high. So yes, I would also imagine that...
And cosplay videos, we see those too.
that furry murderers would also enjoy cat and dog videos. But he yiffed two victims, we have to put it down.
Myself for typing that. I'm sure that took a lot.
You from hell, motherfucker! Yeah. Anyway, I was trying to say, I'm pretty sure the reason we're gonna find out who did this, and we will eventually find the murderer, is because based on the description we have so far, it is somebody who is a furry and wants to be a mole.
Nah.
I'm sorry, a human-sized mole would have really amazing claws.
You don't need to be a human-sized mole for that.
So why do you keep doing this with the
Oh, I'm
Wiimote?
connecting this line with this line.
Once again, this is a stream. It's cat-friendly. Just your cat might attack the screen because of Tifa playing with a laser pointer.
Just don't look at it.
Just don't watch.
But I had nothing to do with it.
She could tell the victim was dead from afar.
I mean,
That's probably when I dropped the lighter.
But she was outside. The lighter was inside, next to the body. I see. That's why Sean's lighter was at the crime scene. Doesn't make sense.
Of course, I didn't report it. I would have been the very first suspect.
yeah.
Well, you weren't first, but you're still a suspect.
So we're looking for
This
a
is
monster.
one weird testimony.
Slightly.
Our murder investigation suddenly turned into a monster hunt. We've had a sketch artist create a picture from her account, but
It's gonna look like
Wait.
a wolf.
Wait, I know exactly what we're gonna draw.
What?
What was the name of the scaly mini boss from Skyward Sword HD?
Don't remember.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it wasn't mini though, that was a big one.
Mini boss. It's not a boss fight, whatever you want to call it.
I don't remember.
The Forsaken?
Is that Forsaken?
Yeah, I mean it's.
I seriously don't remember.
It's a final boss and it's not a final form, but yeah. Anyway, okay. It's gonna be a big fursuit wearing person with a weird cross-like blade.
Probably, yeah.
are there any animals that size around here?
Wait, Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight and a big owl.
The murderer.
European, ooh.
The
coat.
murderer is Hollow Knight. Just bigger.
But I thought you only saw him from the back. But if he was wearing this whole fur thing, he was probably also wearing a mask.
Bro, what?
Does it have horns?
How
Can we see
how
them?
can you
Nice.
It's someone wearing a mask and some kind of costume.
how can you be the sketch artist that does this and go like, yeah, no, this will help the police? Certainly.
I mean, if this is a very specific costume, someone might have seen him walking around in that costume, if anything. So yes, it does still help.
So it's a Hollow Knight furry. Okay.
I thought as much. Could the killer be insane?
Who can say? There's no way to know anything yet.
It seems smart to murder in a costume. Would I call that insane?
I mean, it makes sense, right? You want to obfuscate your identity. Crazy monster.
Let's have a look at the card, shall we?
There was something else.
Did
Combine
we-
that with a fur we have?
Didn't we investigate that at the moment?
Oh my god, he is still analyzing things. How?
Can try to. Would you? I think actually let's see.
No.
I think until we're done with the analyzing, we can't really combine.
How about the
anything.
mysterious ashes?
With what?
With the thing we just got.
That makes no sense. But
From the sketch,
What?
the murderer was wearing a mask.
that makes no sense.
Sometimes, sometimes my back just randomly hurts and I think it's because I'm carrying Tifa so much.
I mean, nice call, but this one made no sense, and you know it.
Well, then why was it my instinct?
Now I know what that white shard from the fireplace was.
Made no
It
sense.
must have been from the mask that the murderer was wearing while committing the crimes.
Do you think it
So-
was the mother?
But that doesn't make any sense with her last message. Which was like, oh, I'm sorry, Joseph, my husband, that I
First
couldn't
of all,
save
it's
you.
Joseph.
But Joseph.
This is not a Dutch game.
Ooh, that looks kind of cool, actually.
Alright. Murder Senpai has a sweet mask.
But why would the murderer throw the mask into the fireplace?
Yeah, and into that one out of all places.
I always love how people try to burn evidence and never look if it's actually been burned.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think happens when you throw it in and walk away? Have you not seen any movie where they literally fish out half out of the fireplace?
It's like when the good guy shoots the bad guy and then walks away, and then in the sequel the bad guy is back because, spoilers, he wasn't actually dead. It's like, make sure that the thing you are trying to do is actually done
Basically.
before you leave.
Whatever
Alright.
the reason, it helps to sort everything out.
Okay, so that's solid.
These two pieces of information can fill in Abigail's
Look at her.
timeline that night until her death. When was she last seen before she died?
How many days ago was the murder victim Abigail Parker last seen? That was 2 or 3. I also say 2.
No, 3 days ago. The body was found 2 days ago.
Yeah, but there was a few hours.
3 days ago, she was found 2 days ago.
No,
But seen 3 days ago.
good point.
That's right. She was seen at a restaurant that she was a frequent customer at.
Why do you doubt
The
me?
one with her at the time was...
Because your information is often incorrect.
Abigail was seen at the restaurant with Sean. Oh, Bowen, not Bauman.
Correct.
I'm thinking Bowman.
She was witnessed there with her boss. Afterwards, she left the restaurant alone. The reason she left was...
I had a fight. She saw his wife and ran away. She had a phone call. Caroline wanted to fight her. Yeah, she challenged her to a one-on-one duel.
That must be it.
A phone call caused her to leave the restaurant immediately. But where did this call come from?
But who was phone?
What is
I have no idea.
Siphon?
Challenges in fiery molds.
Oh, that seems legit.
I have no idea. There can only be one bitch. Exactly.
Indeed. Phone near the murder scene.
Who was phone? Hello, Evie. Happy Friday. How are you doing?
How were your holidays?
But who was phone?
It's most likely that the killer called her from the public phone, then waited for the victim to arrive and ambushed her. That would be what happened on Abigail's last night in this world.
Do you think it was her mother?
No. If it was the mother wouldn't have matching killing wounds, I would think.
Yeah, she killed herself.
I don't think she killed herself. You really think she managed to kill herself?
Maybe she couldn't...
In that way?
Maybe she couldn't live with herself being a Hollow Knight furry.
I don't think so. It was not the mother. That also wouldn't make sense for the father to defend both deaths. And if you kill yourself in the way she did, I really don't think you can put a blade in so far that it comes out of your back before you're dead.
If you're a Hollow Knight furry? This is the beginning and the end of my entire theory. And pretty well. How are you guys? I am very happy that I've got a long weekend ahead of me.
That too. And I gotta say, pretty well. These holidays felt a bit weird.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like Christmas.
Yeah, I think the problem was that we had lots of snow beginning of the month, where you really
during
got
our vacation, thankfully.
Yeah, where you really got like this Christmas feeling, and then after there wasn't any, and it was just grey and rain.
Yeah. It wasn't bad Christmas, but it didn't feel like Christmas.
Time with your family also wasn't bad for a change. It's like mixed.
Oh damn! On the Psychosaur on the 4th Higurashi game. Holy shit!
Nice, going fast.
Okay, that's impressive. I think we would have taken 4 years already to get to that point. Maybe one day. Let's find out what happened to Abigail.
Probably.
Abigail's last night.
Who did the actual murder? Well, that's what we're trying to find out. Okay. So can we not mix these weird two things? No.
They are clearly connected. Come on.
Let's try to leave again.
Maybe we get a call again.
Okay, I need to sort out the...
Leaving usually works.
When in doubt, leave work.
My main concern right now is the costume worn by whoever killed the 2 women. How did it end up in the fireplace in the Parker residence, where Alma was murdered?
Maybe we should have a talk with Joseph again.
The most logical reason that can be considered at the moment is...
But it is actually Joseph. The reason the costume the killer was wearing was destroyed in Parker's home was to destroy the evidence, to heat the room.
I mean, it probably burns well.
To cover the smell of blood. Could be, if it's like plasticky stuff, that stench of burning plastic is gonna override everything.
But then you wouldn't leave the body in the same room where you're trying to cover the smell of blood.
Well, you certainly don't smell it. At least. The killer immolated himself. I think it's to destroy evidence.
I would think so as well.
Putting it in the fireplace could be an attempt to destroy it. And if that is the case, something strikes me as odd about how Joseph, Alma's husband, was acting. That is,
He confessed to the murders, yes.
He always has an alibi. He's always angry. He's always smiling. He confessed to the murders.
Maybe he also has a secret son.
Confessed to Alma's murder from the very beginning.
If a werewolf.
If he was willing to confess, what reason would he have to hide any evidence? Let's assume for a moment that someone else is the real killer.
Haven't we been assuming that since we started this case?
Well, if you assume too much, that makes an ass out of you and me.
Can we follow this hypothetical person's steps?
Wow.
This person would have killed both Alma and Abigail. The first person to be killed would have been...
Abigail.
Yeah, Abigail.
They both aren't dead.
Abigail was first.
Alma's corpse was found first, but Abigail had been killed before then. In other words, the killer wore a costume to kill Abigail, then killed Alma the next day, after which the costume was discarded into the fireplace.
And why would you burn it in the fireplace of your victim?
Maybe you don't have your own fireplace?
Why would you not... How do I DM on Twitch again?
Click.
On the website, it's at the very top. There's a whisper thing.
You can also just click on Evie's name and then click on whisper.
Oh yeah.
On the little pop-up that shows up.
Tifa for tech support. Thank you.
However, we haven't found the murder weapon yet. There were no traces of it in the fireplace.
That's the easiest
True.
way.
We haven't found that yet either. Oh my god.
The killer would also have some connection to the two victims as well. We can assume that Abigail personally knew her murderer.
It only really leaves the father.
The reason for this is...
Wait, the chef! The only other person that knows both of them is the chef.
But why?
The reason why it appears Abigail knew her killer is because she was wearing the killer's shirt. Oh my god.
Glad we found that out.
Responded to the phone call, went to dinner with the killer, was stabbed in the chest.
You can only get stabbed in the chest if you know the person, because you're facing them.
Not if I wear the Hollow Knight mask.
She responded to the call.
Right. She received a phone call from a payphone to call her out. The killer knew Abigail's phone number, and Abigail rushed out right after receiving the call. It's unreasonable to think that she would do that for someone she didn't know.
And she went to a warehouse. Like, if I randomly get a call from you out of the blue and you told me, something is up, can we meet at a warehouse?
Not just any warehouse.
The next thing I'm gonna do is call the police and tell them somebody kidnapped Tifa, because why the hell would you meet me at a warehouse?
Not just any warehouse, an abandoned warehouse.
I'm beginning to think it's the chef.
The chef makes sense, because I'm still confused by him saying like, oh, he dragged the body out of the river. But what confused me more is that we didn't go into that at all. Like, if the chef was a suspect, we would have at least gone like, hey, this doesn't make sense.
The suspect.
The suspect.
And
we didn't do that at all.
The only people left that aren't the dad, that know both of them at least, is the chef.
Yeah. We also haven't had any other
Sean.
Characters introduced yet.
Yeah.
Similarly, there's a good chance that Joseph knows the killer as well. This is because...
He's lying to protect him. He was called on the phone. His hand is injured. He's stubborn. Clearly it's because he's stubborn.
It must be that he's lying to protect him. But why?
What?
That's what doesn't make sense.
If that wasn't so...
What could the chef have on
no
him?
reason to defend whoever killed his wife.
Maybe he's having a secret affair with him.
So, is the killer someone that the entire Parker family would be acquainted with?
Oh, finally done
go.
analyzing. Here, you can take over for a sec.
Time to begin sorting for information.
Dr. Kimishima, sorry to keep you waiting.
It's about time.
Taking a look at the clock we recovered from the Parker house and...
Whoa!
Alright.
Oh, hello? Naomi?
It's some kid with the cat.
What is her name again?
I forgot.
I remember her
Shirley
being a
or
thing.
something?
Alyssa?
Oh, Alyssa.
Surely you must be kidding. Hello, Ranger. Happy Friday. How are you doing?
Ranger.
What are you doing there?
Your name is now Alyssa.
Wow, I can hear you. This guy let me in.
It doesn't seem like...
Little guy? All right. Alyssa, can you hear me?
Is anybody here taking this job seriously? This is a murder investigation.
They're not in that much of a rush.
My lunch break, busy day today at work.
Ooh, last day, no, before a long weekend.
Yeah, hopefully.
Almost long weekend. Or almost weekend.
Make sure to get the most out of your lunch break and relax a little bit.
Yep, I can hear you.
It's like the end of year chaos.
Yeah. It's like,
Now
oh no, I
starts.
need to do this by the end of the year. Oh, whoops, it is the end of the year.
Gotta take care of it now.
Murder. Plenty of it.
Another long weekend.
Work with the man you're with. Be a good girl and be quiet for a little bit.
Gotta enjoy it while it lasts. It's gonna be the last long weekend. Or
This
natural
year.
long weekend, as I like to call it, for a while.
Natural long weekend? What?
Yeah, like no vacation days or something that you need to use for it. Like, because holidays, you just get it.
Yeah, I think people just call it a long weekend, not a natural long weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
That made more sense.
About that clock.
Yes, I heard that much. Get to it.
As you mentioned, the decoration on the clock matches the wound on the corpse's head.
We knew this part already.
It probably fell off the desk and struck the victim's head.
Why are you pushing me away? Maybe move and jiggle the water into your face at different times. This is a bad combo, Tifa.
Well, wanted you to be able to come back.
Thank you for that. Going to my first ever live NFL game on Sunday up in Denver with my brother. So
cool.
excited. I hope it's gonna be great.
Wait, Sunday, that's New Year's? No, Monday is New Year. No, that's
Sunday
New Year's
is New Year's Eve.
Eve. Oh, nice. That's a good way to end the year.
NFL people
Awesome.
don't get any breaks. Christmas, vacations, just play. Just break your bones.
Well,
I hope it's gonna be good.
I can imagine you're excited.
While she was struggling with her assailant.
I see. Is it possible for that wound to have been the cause of death?
No, that's impossible. The impact wouldn't have been enough to kill someone.
Didn't we already say that? Oh no, wait, that's what he was analyzing. We wanted to know what
The
happened.
exterior of the clock, but it doesn't seem that damaged either.
I see. Then... Little guy? What's that sound?
That's the girl, I guess?
Sorry. Looks like this clock is the kind that plays a little tune.
Hey, Naomi?
Here we go.
Alyssa, you said that you'd keep quiet.
But this music is really bad.
I'm sorry, but that clock is broken.
She knows the melody.
Broken? Where?
I mean, I know how this song goes.
Of course. Why else would
What
you
a-
introduce that now?
What a coincidence. Of course she knows. NFL's anti-work holiday. Don't even give them bonus holiday. Sure, veteran league minimum contract is about $850,000 a year, but still, I mean,
But
they
that's
get
nothing.
That's a lot of money.
I'm sorry, do you know what happens to a lot of people who play in the NFL? What they do to their bodies during these games?
I mean, probably not more than someone working in construction who gets less.
Massive brain damage from repeated impacts? Not
Oh,
to even
fair
talk
enough.
about all the ligament problems, the spine issues, all the bone and tendon and stuff.
Well, you get almost $1 million a year for it, I suppose.
I guess the question is, what's the worth of a human life? Mini car crashes. Yeah, that is true. That is true. If I had kids and they want to be the NFL, I told them no. I would tell them no.
But that's regardless of whether they get a holiday pay or not.
Yes, but I think it's amazing that you basically go, here's a bunch of people that are 300 pounds of muscle mass, 7 feet tall. Now wear this protective gear and pretend to not kill each other. It's like,
I mean, it's the whole sport.
I can't say no to my kids because I jumped out of planes. Well, you could go, well, I did it so that other people don't have to, so you shouldn't.
I did it, so you know what happens, so
Exactly.
now don't do it.
Exactly.
You get short.
Daddy once was 8 feet tall. Look at me now.
Yeah, that's basically...
Yeah. You can. If you need help with pulling up reasons out of your ass, we are always available for you. We're really good at that.
But this one part sounds all weird.
What's this gonna have to do with the case?
Well, he was like, oh, the clock wasn't broken.
2 inches makes a bigger difference when you think. No, because I haven't had that problem before, Ranger. It helps if you don't say anything to the contrary.
It's not as worse if I don't.
It was cold. Anyway.
Little guy, has anybody looked inside the clock?
No, because we
Why would we?
want to.
Why would we?
1 second.
Yeah, we totally did.
Yeah. Alyssa, keep quiet about this.
Dr. Kimishima, there's something inside.
Is it gonna be... Is this Ace Attorney?
It's the fur coat. Oh, it's the murder weapon.
Found just what we're looking for. Thank you, Alyssa.
I know who killed him. It was the girl. If you spell her name backwards, it's Asyla, as in assault.
That must be it.
There's no coincidence.
So she's the werewolf.
Yes. How has there not been a Harvey Birdman Tony Law game? But there is. It's made by... I'm pretty sure this exists. It's made by Capcom. I think even by the same people that did Ace Attorney. It exists. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. I'm just wondering who that is, but...
I think it was a TV show.
Oh.
Ranger, let me blow your mind. Done. Your wish has come true. It exists. Do it. Do what? It already exists.
You ask, someone delivers.
Capcom did. Clock murder weapon has become sharp steak. It has to be the chef. The murder weapon is a steak. It has to be the chef.
Why?
Because it's a sharp steak and the murder was well done.
Okay, that's a good one. I was trying to connect it. That's a good one.
Anyway,
Good
I
job.
apologize. He streamed to learn about bird law. Maybe one day.
How about you stream that?
Maybe one day. So now we can do this?
No, it's...
Okay. Then
What was the question mark one?
wound and bruise? Nope. Same killer. That's the glass.
Oh, there, murder weapon. Murder weapon. There. Weapon inconsistency.
I just did that.
No, you didn't.
I just did that.
I was quite sure you would drag the hand one.
That
No,
doesn't
that
work
all
either.
doesn't fit.
Okay.
I want to know more about this weapon,
Oh,
little guy.
of course.
For real?
Of course.
Oh yeah, no problem. It has an X-shaped cross-section and it's 25 centimeters long.
You know what I never get about these things?
What was that?
Like, this thing went through her entire body. Also,
Yeah.
there's the shape at the end.
Yeah,
in
this
her hand.
is a makeshift weapon. Like this is dented in so that this doesn't move, I think.
But it's 25 centimeters.
Yeah.
It went through her entire body.
Yeah.
And we only have a little bit of blood at the tip. Why are these things never fully covered in blood?
Ratings.
Like, I don't get that. Would that change the rating?
Can they do their job without us telling every fucking step? No. No, unfortunately not. But it would be nice.
It's thinner at the tip, and it's shaped more like a steak than a knife.
Okay, but at least we have the jelly shape now.
This isn't a commercially available weapon. This is just a piece of steel with sharpened edges.
Huh. So the killer made it?
It seems that way. It's a poor cutting implement, but it could certainly be used for stabbing.
I see. This could be the weapon then.
Red human blood makes a big difference for ratings.
That's
I
true.
get that, but if we already have blood on it, then would it really matter if you fully cover it in that blood and not just half of it?
Well, in
Like,
the
that doesn't-
preview, there's a whole lot more blood.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the rating if you do that, does it?
I don't know.
Or can you only have like 1 ounce of blood in your game?
1 ounce of blood per so many frames of gameplay. Yeah.
Exactly. It's 1200 pixels, and that's enough.
Sharp stake has become weapon hilt.
And now mix this one with the hand, or drag that one to the hand. There, there's the hand.
Why can't I go?
Yeah, you need to use that. I had the same earlier. Grab the hand one while
This is super weird.
Yeah, stop breaking it more.
If you move, it flickers, but
it will jump back.
Controls.
Why didn't you grab the hand one while you were there?
Weapon hilt.
The shape on the end of the weapon's hilt appears to match the bruise on Alma's hand.
Ask Harvey Birdman to handle. Maybe one day we will.
This bruise could be from Alma pushing her hand against the hilt of the weapon. If that's the case, then the person who used this weapon would have to be...
Alma used the murder weapon, Joseph used the murder weapon, Abigail or Sean did. The bruise on Alma's left palm is because she committed suicide with that damn thing.
Or maybe she first used it on her daughter.
For some reason, she killed her daughter, went home, tried to burn the evidence of her outfit. I guess Joseph came in and then she killed herself.
It doesn't mean that she had to kill herself. But she...
Why?
It does show that she probably killed her daughter.
Yes. If the weapon is used by thrusting forward while applying pressure with the palm, then the only way Alma could get this bruise is if she was the one wielding the weapon. But what does this mean?
Maybe she used it as a walking stick, as a crutch. Alright.
The same killer, maybe?
Alma's weapon. So was she the killer?
No. What does the weapon say?
Could this be what killed these two women?
You can't mix it with that?
That's
the hand one?
No.
Go a bit to the other side. Oh, so no more page here.
I mean, analyzing.
What is the weapon inconsistency?
Everyone involved got a stab and stab. Somehow they did.
The real weapon shape is, we have that, but we couldn't. Why do you not just drag that one? Why do you keep going to the other one and then going back? You're backtracing. Oh my god. Backtracking. Like you have it in front of you and instead of grabbing it and going there, you go there and then you go back. Why do you do that?
Aren't you ever getting tired of backseating?
Why did I give you the controls?
You know, for the longest time, our shtick was track backing, yes. Our thing was that Tifa would play the games and I would give her shit for being bad at them.
Yeah, start playing the games like I want you to.
Do you now understand what it feels like to be me?
No.
Tifa, sit like a human. Thank you for that, Ranger. Thank you.
Yeah, sitting straight. Yeah, sitting on my cable now. Trying not to sit on my cable.
Yeah, please don't. That's... What are you doing?
Well, if I sit more backwards, I bend my cable.
Yeah, don't do that.
So I'm sitting. Yeah.
Sit like a human.
There.
Custom AS. Stop pushing into me!
Hey, I'm doing my ASMR. Tifa's the captain now. Hey, excuse me.
Stop moving. I move you. I am the captain.
Now you complain that I'm out of frame the moment I move.
She moves left, moves right, moves back left. Stop moving. It's good. Look, there's a preview. There's a preview. It's good.
Yeah, because I moved again.
I am the captain now. Ranger is lying. So, we can identify the weapon because of my awesome deduction skills.
Excuse me?
Alma and Abigail.
That's what I said.
Died from being stabbed in the chest by a weapon with the same shape. Their wounds matched the shape of the weapon found inside the clock.
Well, if we now check the blood on the weapon to see if it's both of them, then we know 100%.
I don't think it will ever not be you again, Ranger. Swing.
There we go.
Definitive weapon.
The two of them were killed with the same weapon, this handmade stake.
Alright. Who was using this weapon then? Was it...
Use it with Alma this time?
Abigail was killed by the stab wound in her chest. The shape of her stab wound perfectly matches the shape of the weapon found in the clock.
Congrats on being second. Nice.
The bruise on Alma's palm indicates that she had been using the weapon. If Abigail was murdered by Alma, it would make sense for Abigail to respond to a phone call from her mother.
Again, weird. If my dad called me and told me to go to a warehouse, again, I would call the police and tell them, hey, my dad's been kidnapped because...
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you
There's
wouldn't.
also Abigail's final words to consider.
How does she have that recording? Like, I understand the story thing, that she has them on her demon phone. How is this admissible evidence in court?
It's not. That's why we're not using it.
Why would she say that?
But we use it to deduct what's going on.
If Alma is the killer, why did Abigail's last words tell her mother to run? She didn't know it was Alma. She saw Alma from afar. She thought Caroline was Alma. She was hallucinating.
That's a good question. If Alma is the killer, there must have been someone else in there.
She didn't know it was Alma?
Yeah, but she knew.
She thought Caroline was Alma? I think it's her internal thoughts. Could be. Could be. I hope we get an answer to it at some point. It kind of drives me nuts. Little detail, but still. Yes?
Well, so far I think the phone, or with the phone, she hears the final words of the one who died.
Yeah, thank you for repeating what we just talked about.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be internal thoughts, but what is spoken, I would usually assume.
Yeah, but how does she know it?
Also, you wouldn't think, Mom, run. That's something you would say.
Yes, this is exactly the conversation we're trying to have. But how would she know this?
Yeah, that doesn't matter. That's the demon phone. That's not the answer we need.
So, but now you've recapped everything we were saying and you ended at the question that was the point of the conversation.
No, I'm replying to it.
I'm confused. Now what's the answer to this?
You're making it confusing. I wanna go with... She didn't know it was Alma.
Oh. Is Alma a suspect has been obtained?
That's right. The killer was wearing a mask and covered in fur at the time. Even as Abigail lay dying, she had no idea that her killer was her own mother. That's why she called out, to warn her mother away. From the phone call, she would have assumed that her mother, Alma, was somewhere nearby.
So weird.
But that makes sense, I guess.
Alma is the murderer. How did she end up killed by the weapon that she had been using?
Dr. Kimishima, the results of our analysis have come in.
How do we have all of this amazing technology and this took so long?
Good. Which analysis was this?
Oh yeah, we have multiple.
The wine glass. Something else was detected in the residue.
Well, what is it?
We've detected traces of benzodiazepine in the wine.
Oh, that's a drug that calms your nerves and makes you not really give a fuck.
Benzodiazepine. Isn't that used in sleeping pills and anti-anxiety medication?
Yep.
That's right. It seems to have been mixed in with the wine.
And what does that do? Press A.
I think she drugged the husband.
Little guy, was there any benzodiazepine found in Alma's body?
No, why? The results of the drug test came up with a negative on that.
Yeah.
And that's why the father got knocked out and then thought he did it in a drunken state.
When he came to her again, she was already dead.
Doesn't make sense though, with how he's acting.
I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't the one taking it.
Especially with the, remember when they told him his daughter was dead and he was like, what? She's dead too? Oh, I mean, I did it. That's not logical behavior.
None of this is logical. This is so weird. Exactly.
He doesn't believe himself that he did it. Otherwise, I would agree.
Somebody must have done.
But he doesn't even believe himself.
Solid evidence. Benzodiazepine in wine. Okay. No more analysis left. So, Abigail's last night. Same killer. Who killed Alma?
That's still the question.
Nope.
I think it's the bottom two. Maybe
Nope.
not. Go back. When in doubt, go back.
This can't be mere coincidence.
We don't really
No.
have something that would fit that, I think.
Come on.
I like how you kept telling me to not just mix and match. It's the first thing you start doing. Mixing and matching.
I can't analyze this as it is right now. Okay. Same killer.
How about you
Killed
press
by the
back?
same person.
Press back.
If we believe that
Thank you.
Alma is the one that killed Abigail, then Alma put the sleeping medication into the wine. The one who drank it was...
Joseph.
Yes, her husband Joseph.
What do you mean? Are you saying?
That's right. Alma tried to kill Joseph as well.
Maybe she was possessed, or Alma was possessed with some kind of weird ritual thing, sacrificed her daughter,
So not
wanted to
possessed,
kill...
but obsessed.
Could
I mean, just
be
because we
any
have
of
a
them.
demon phone doesn't mean we have demons in the game.
Could be any of them. Tried to kill her husband as well, didn't manage to, but she only found out while she was dying herself that he didn't actually die, and that's where the words "I'm sorry I couldn't save you" as well came from, because she thought by killing them she was saving them from something.
Insert Spider-Man meme here.
Wine, dine,
No,
and
you.
pass the fuck out. Only starting the second date.
Nothing makes sense. What's her motive for any of this?
Oh, we don't know.
Is it because she had an affair with a guy who's married?
What's her motive for wearing that weird costume? I think it's some kind of weird sacrificing thing.
But Dr. Kimishima, isn't that just...
The weapon left a bruise on her palm. That is proof that she used the weapon.
But she was killed by that same weapon.
That's true. Let's stay calm and think this through.
Maybe she tried to kill Joseph when he was passed out, but learned that he has abs of steel. Like he's super muscular actually, and so she couldn't hurt him. No? We're going, we don't need motive. Yeah, we do though, we do.
We have evidence that there was a struggle between Joseph and Alma, don't we? That is,
The clock that fell on her.
He has a murder weapon, burnt mask, blood on the sleeve, Abigail's stab
Oh yeah,
wound.
the blood on the sleeve. That's Joseph's.
Oh yeah. True.
indeed, the bloodstains are quite likely from when Joseph was injured and grabbed Alma's wrist during the struggle.
Then, did Joseph kill Alma during that fight?
I'm just saying that this is one conjecture we could make.
But there's no motive. The family reportedly got along well.
Well, just because you feel, because everybody else sees a family that gets along well doesn't mean that they actually do.
Little guy, where is Mr. Parker right now?
Huh? He's still being detained.
Oh, poor guy.
We need to talk to him
Tell
again.
him something.
I won't accept answers that don't acknowledge the heart. That is very poetic.
There's a
And I
lot of
agree.
heart in here.
It's just that 2 of the 3 hearts in this family have been stabbed somehow.
Tell him we found the weapon Mrs. Parker was using inside the clock.
All right, I'll do that. Where are you going, Dr. Kimishima?
Christmas shopping?
I'm going back to the murder scene. I want to find Alma's motive.
Which murder scene?
They're home.
Not the warehouse?
Alma's, not Abigail's.
Fair enough.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, can I bother you for a moment?
No, you don't.
What's the matter?
HQ contacted me just a moment ago. It seems Joseph Parker has a message for you.
Oh, here we go.
The victim's husband? But why?
I don't know. I'll send the recording over to you right now.
This message is for whoever is investigating my case. I don't know who you are, but I'm impressed by your skills. Go to my house and check above the fireplace. My wife's diary should be behind the stones. You must already know that I can't stand, so that's the only thing I couldn't get rid of.
I like how the main suspect originally just gives up at this point. It's like, yeah, whatever, just... The clue you're looking for is right there.
If you read it, you might find out what my wife was truly feeling. Please, make use of that
But we still don't know his motivation. Ranger, kick butts at work. Thanks for hanging.
Have a great rest of your workday and a wonderful long weekend. Happy New Year and everything.
In case we don't speak to you, and have fun on Sunday.
Yes, exactly. Say hi to your brother and everybody else as well.
What he said.
That's it. Did you get all that, Dr. Kimishima?
We still don't know his motivation, so...
I heard every word. I'll have to check above the fireplace.
I think, of course, people are firing off fireworks way too early.
It's been starting here today as well. I'm more surprised it didn't start even earlier though. Gotta say. Like usually it starts around Christmas already, or even beginning of December.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been too bad yet.
I think the motive is gonna be that she bought way too many, what is this supposed to be, persimmons? That's not apples.
These are apples.
Nothing important.
That's an apple.
For legal reasons, this is a joke. Clearly. No.
Legal reasons.
Fireplace, behind the stones. This must be it.
Click, 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 click.
Alma's diary is in here?
You couldn't have checked after removing the stones.
No, you gotta click again.
Here it is. I should take it back to the office and go through it.
So we're done here?
I would think so, yeah. She says we should go back. Go back.
Wait.
You need to spray first. That thing doesn't do anything. Spray or do the other thing first. The dusting.
Let's go back first. So we don't need to return here.
I don't think you need anything else here for now.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, can you spare a moment?
Can a woman read a book in peace?
I do if it's about the case.
It's not.
Alma Parker's autopsy is about to begin.
Good. I hope they find something.
Yes, and regarding the results from the auto-imaging scan, a tumor has been found in Alma Parker's prefrontal lobe.
A tumor?
Isn't that the part of your brain that like can change your thinking? Like it makes you hallucinate or be aggressive or whatever?
I stick to my current thing. She was trying to save them by killing them.
It seems to have been causing CVD.
Cerebral vascular disorder. If that's so, then...
What does it mean?
Yes, well, even if she hadn't been killed, she didn't have much time left.
I think we're gonna find out here.
Tumors in the prefrontal lobe cause visual and auditory hallucinations.
Of course, there we go.
There's the chance that this may explain her strange behavior.
Wait, so you think this is related to the case?
I mean, if I had a nickel for every time that you made someone crazy in this game, I'd have 2 nickels. I think you'll have at least 3 by the end of the game.
I'm counting on 5.
This is messed up. Like, we talked about this during the previous case when something like this had just happened. If your sense of reality is so skewed, so wildly different from either what you're used to or what everybody else experiences,
yeah,
that's harsh, man.
If you suddenly start seeing these things.
Above the Parker's fireplace.
And if you also cannot tell that it's a hallucination, if it's so real.
If it's not something you're used to.
Then Joseph was...
He was telling the truth. Reading this may tell us more.
I write this diary giving thanks to the mountains and to the flowing waters. My headaches continue today. That bruise seems to have gotten bigger too. Should I see a doctor?
Yes.
A bruise.
The weird one on her hand.
It's this fucked up super cancer shit again, but she has it on her hand.
So her daughter had that too. No, her daughter had a cut.
In Alma's diary, that bruise probably refers to black bruises on the right palm, on the left palm, on head, fractured right leg.
The right palm.
I thought it was the other hand,
She
but
was still
black
alive
bruise.
when she got that bruise on her hand.
No, the left one is what she used
Oh, the left one was the kidney bean shape.
That was the kidney bean.
I write this diary giving thanks to the mountains and to the flowing...
But wait, the daughter didn't have a bruise there. She had a cut in the same shape. So Alma probably in some weird hallucinating shape,
Cut
cut
that part.
her hand to match the bruise she has.
A miracle happened today. I can barely believe it.
Remember when the wife of Sean was like, oh, she did something weird to the hand?
No, I don't.
In her testimony, she was like, oh, she did something with its claws to the hand. She probably saw the weapon like stick out, saw her carve that bruise into Abigail's hand.
Was she a nature witch or something? Yeah, she seems kind of very spiritual and connected to nature. Which, I mean, whatever makes you happy, but...
I heard God's voice, beautiful and pure.
Here we
Told
go.
me to kill my daughter.
The bruise on my hand is a sigil passed on to me by God himself.
Okay, and now whatever happens is
Did
gonna
I
make
not kind of
sense.
say this?
Yeah.
Did I?
You called that. You called possessed. I think this is close enough. Yeah.
I see. Well, I'm no theologian, but I doubt this was a revelation from God. What happened to her was caused by...
The tumor.
Hypnotized, lying to herself, hearing an echo.
Go, kill your daughter, daughter.
I'm
Kill,
God,
kill,
God,
kill.
God. Having auditory hallucinations. Like, this is messed up.
Right. Her experience was likely caused by the tumor in her prefrontal lobe. She interpreted the whispers of her disease as the voice of the Creator.
That is messed up.
But the bruise was strangely symmetrical in her defense. You have a point.
It was a really weird bruise.
You have a point.
I write this diary giving thanks to the mountains and to the flowing waters. Today I heard a shocking premonition. We were walking the path against God's divine will.
And that's why everybody had to die.
My pain was inflicted on me as a punishment and a warning to me and my family. I cannot let this be. I must save my family.
And the only way to do so is to stop them from sinning and ending their lives.
I write this diary, giving thanks to the mountains and to the flowing waters. The preparations have been made. I will become the beast of the Lord and lead my loving family. I will sever them from this world and engrave the sigil upon their bodies too.
I just want to say, I'm sorry, this is exactly what I said.
Yeah, you called that.
Called it to the T, what do you, to the dot, to the I,
point.
to the point.
My problem with that is, it was so specific and so wild and so out there, I didn't want this to be true.
And it actually is the only thing I didn't call was the tumor that caused it. That is so messed up.
That natural cause can fuck up so much for good people. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that she never had it checked, because now she's like, oh, I got a headache, which is
I got a weird bruise and I've got headaches, but I'm not gonna get that checked out.
nothing weird. Then you hear voices, and if you're already a spiritual person, wouldn't be the first time people believe they start hearing God, like she did, and she's like, oh, this must be a sign, and these things of my disease are just being punished, like what now happened. It's not the first time people hear voices telling them to do something, and then they go like, oh, God gave me this sign, now I must burn this house down full of orphan
happens
children.
more often, unfortunately. And usually it's that bad stuff happens.
Abby, my little girl, I willingly become the beast so I can save you.
That's messed up.
Cases IRL where that behavior returned when a tumor previously removed returned again in the brain. Yeah, I guess for all the lack of understanding that human medicine still has about the brain, I guess some things make sense, right? Because like there's a tumor, it makes you act a certain way. The tumor is gone, you return to how you were. The tumor comes back somehow, you go back to being that way.
Well, I don't know the details, but it's probably a specific nerve or whatever it is that runs through your brain that's being pressed on.
Something like that.
And if the same thing, and it's then removed, it disappears. If it comes back and presses on it again.
I want to say favorite case that I ever read about spoilers, it's positive in the end. I'm not happy about this at all, but I think it's somewhat famous. This lady got cancer. She didn't know that at the time, but she started hearing a voice. And the voice told her, you have cancer. Go to the hospital, get this and this and this checkup. The cancer is there. Do it. And then she did that. And then they found exactly the cancer that the voice described to her. Then they removed it, and then the voice was gone. It's like...
some weird...
why can't we have more cases like this? Where the hallucinations that are being triggered by the disease tell you a way to treat the disease. That would be so amazing.
Don't believe me, you're sick.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm not the voice of God, just telling you you're hallucinating, you ate something weird, go puke it out and I'll be gone.
That sounds like a body improvement that's like quite a long way down the evolution line.
Yeah. Yeah. The human brain is crazy complex.
Beast of the Lord. That explains the fur.
I write this diary, giving thanks to the mountains and to the flowing waters.
I wonder if she started writing like this and the whole diary before she got the tumor? Or if that was also a thing that started when it like developed.
I think she started it when she got sick.
I learned a terrible truth today. My little Abby never reached his side. It's my fault. I severed her connection before engraving the sigil. Ah, my loving daughter, please forgive your mother for being so foolish.
That's why she tried to drug Joseph to
so she
not
can
kill him.
give him the mark first in peace.
Exactly, she just wanted to have him unconscious.
And then kill him.
So that she could mark the thingy in his hand and then kill him.
Yeah.
Then during the process, like when she started carving in his hand, he woke up, grabbed her by the sleeve or by the arm. That's why she has the handprint.
Hit her with a thing.
Hit her with the thingy to like knock some sense into her. And then she probably killed herself while they were struggling.
No, I think that he like fell on her or something in the end. During the struggle.
That could also be.
Oops, sent my daughter to hell.
And that's so messed up. That is so messed up.
Can we go back to the... Oh, quick Tifa, quick! We need the other instrument. Quick, cut this out, cut this out.
Joseph will be saved. I will engrave his sigil and lead his soul. I'll make sure it won't hurt. Joseph, let us be reunited in his world.
The diary ends here. Alma died after writing this. The sigil that she says she engraved onto her daughter is...
Wound on the right palm, bruise on shoulder, stab wound in chest, gunshot wound in left leg. It's the wound on the right palm, right?
That's right. Alma thought the black bruise on her hand appeared as a holy sign. That's why she thought she was saving her daughter's soul using the same pattern. She also planned to do the same to her husband. When she said she'd make sure it won't hurt, she meant...
sleeping pills.
So the reason Joseph is defending her is because he doesn't want her good name dragged through the mud?
Yeah. I mean, I'm stealing this from Baldur's Gate 3, not telling you which part, but...
of his wife to remain pure towards others?
Maybe you remember those words, because I know you played that part of the game. Before all of this happened, she was a whole person. They had a life together, they loved each other, they had a daughter, all the pictures you saw, they were a loving family. They had all of these things together. And if a world learns that in the end, the reason doesn't matter, but in the end, she killed her daughter, wanted to kill her husband, and in the struggle ended up dying herself, that tarnishes the memory of a person before that point.
Yeah, but still. I always find that such a weird reasoning.
I think it's very human in a way. Because
I guess, but I can't.
you want to still like have that image, that pure memory of her.
I can understand the want, but to actually go so far in like this, I never understood that.
Well, because if you say, I ended up actually stabbing her with a stake at the end because we fought, you have to explain what happened. So like every word you say that lights
we don't know yet if he's the one that
the truth on what happened, it becomes real in a way.
Didn't it already get real the moment you heard your daughter was also dead?
That was
and
after.
She also killed your daughter?
That was after.
Yeah, and he still kept it up.
I'm not saying I agree. I'm saying I'm pretty sure that's gonna be his reason. Anyway, it was sleeping pool.
This diary answers a number of the questions we've had regarding this case.
There we go.
Yep. 2 sigils.
Dead.
Details of Abigail's murder.
I think we solved this case.
Until this point, I had thought that Alma and Abigail had been killed by the same person. But now it's clear who killed Abigail.
I mean, technically, yes.
We still just need to discuss who killed Alma or how she died.
Scene that could not have been Alma's doing. I need to review the information we have to determine if these murders were committed by the same person.
Well,
I'll need to investigate.
it's very likely that Alma and Abigail were killed. I need to investigate.
Hey, little guy, I have something else
There
that I
we
need
go.
you to analyze for me.
That's the last card, no?
I thought we've already been through everything.
It's more that I want you to sort through what we know. Alma wore the mask and the fur when she killed Abigail. However, Alma couldn't have done everything herself. For example,
From what we know about the case, the death at Alma's could not be behind was Abigail's, Joseph's, Alma's. I guess her own?
I would think so.
yes, Alma didn't stab herself. And there were obvious attempts to hide evidence after Alma's death. One such piece of evidence is
The outfit? Or
Burning the mask and fur, wiping up fingerprints, destruction of footprints, cleaning up bloodstains. Probably this too, but mostly this.
For once, the answers actually make kind of sense.
Yeah.
Like
I guess,
the options you get to pick from.
I mean, ultimately, the question still is, did Joseph kill her? And I don't think we're gonna answer this, but hopefully we can produce enough information so that a court can rule this.
We're gonna answer it.
I'm hoping it's gonna be something like self-defense, because I don't know.
yes, someone tried to destroy the costume Alma wore in the fireplace. Another piece is
The action that was taken to have effect was hiding the murder weapon. Killing all witnesses. Yeah, they're still out there.
indeed. The weapon Alma is believed to have used was hidden inside the clock.
Only one person was able to do this.
Yes. Now we can finally see everything that happened in this case.
So Joseph did actually kill his wife. That's more shocking.
If somebody drugs you, tries to kill you, somehow during the procedure you wake up, a fight ensues and the person gets killed, are you a murderer or did you defend yourself?
I would think in this case it's self-defense.
That's what I would say too.
But the fact that he actually did it is what I was so sure he didn't.
I mean, if you try to stab me through the chest with a stake, I will try to knock you out, but if you fall on the stake yourself, it's like...
There are actually divided answers to that in court as well. I think we might have mentioned that before. I remember a case in the Netherlands where a jewel store was being robbed. The owner was like being beat up, held at gunpoint. They struggled. During the struggle, the owner of the store actually got a hold of the gun, shot the robber, and the robber died. You would think that's self-defense.
Based on how you told the story, I would say yes.
That is self-defense. It went to court, however, to see if he was actually guilty of murder or if it was self-defense, and I believe they ruled that he still had to go to jail for a couple of years for the murder of the robber.
But whether you agree or disagree with that, that's not what I'm trying to go for. Wasn't it a matter of how he ended up killing the guy? Because didn't he shoot him twice?
He shot
once
him.
Incapacitated him, and the judge ruled...
No, he shot him in the chest, if I recall correctly. And then it's like, oh, but you could have shot him in the leg. If you're struggling with someone who you believe might be trying to kill you because you're being held under gunpoint, do you take the time to aim?
Let me give you my
comment
statement on this. I'm working in a shop. You come in, you hold a gun at my face, you threaten my life. At this point, I don't believe I would still rationally think. I would just entirely exist on instincts and adrenaline. So the moment I get the weapon, I would most likely use it on you. Because you showed me in the beginning that you were willing to end my life. I don't want to be doing this, but if I have to choose between you killing me and me killing you, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be selfish. Plus, I've never handled a weapon before. I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to squeeze the trigger, but if the guy moves, if I move, I don't know where I'm gonna hit. I'm not gonna like point it between his eyebrows and pull the trigger, but with a gun into your hand to rob a law-abiding citizen, your life has a lowered priority.
It's kind of hard to find that specific case because there's lots of cases where this has actually happened. Majority of them have not been prosecuted.
If you're willing to threaten somebody with death,
I think you need to be...
Then I don't think you should be shocked if you end up being the one that's dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't threaten onto others what you aren't willing to risk yourself. That's why I just don't threaten people with death.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea.
Most criminals know exactly what they're doing. I would hope so, yes.
I want to believe that a lot of criminals don't know exactly what they're doing, especially younger ones.
But they still make the choice.
They still make the choice, yes. I get they know exactly what they're doing in that moment, but I think they don't know exactly what the consequences are.
Yeah, I think that's the better phrasing. They are not aware of the consequences these actions are gonna have.
Like especially the youngsters that try to rob a jewel place or a gas station. They know what they're doing. They go in with the intent to take out money, but they don't know what a possible consequence could be or that it could go wrong.
Yeah.
And things end up even worse.
Or they just neglect them.
I think that's the part that doesn't fully work.
Let's see what happened to Joseph, though. If my theory is right on how the struggle turned out, I would probably rule self-defense.
However,
Same killer has become other killer.
I think you lose the right to self-defense the moment you cover it up.
Nah.
If you try to, like in the previous case, if you then try to throw the body off the bridge and hide any evidence, I think you lose your right to self-defense.
He didn't hide.
You literally hit the murder weapon.
I think that depends on the why.
He did commit to murdering his wife and trying to hide.
Separate offense. That's obstruction of justice. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. But you're no longer fully innocent in my eyes either.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me, this case, the murder would be self-defense, and then with the whole like, oh, you hid evidence, I'd be like, well, you give us your whole sad story of why you did these things, and emotionally I understand them, but morally it's still wrong, so I have to fine you for that, so do like a year of community service or whatever to like give back to the world in a way.
Yeah. But the thing that's still confusing here, I understand that he is trying to cover for his wife by saying that he killed her.
Yeah.
But why did he hide the murder weapon for that? Why didn't he just go, I killed her with this knife?
Because if the police learns about the stake,
he could have just gone, I made this to kill my wife.
The more people learn about what happened, the more the story unravels, and the more the brutality, the pointlessness of this all comes to light. And if your plan is to hide all of that, to just go, I killed her, please put me in the chair, end my life as well. He probably already knew that his daughter was dead too.
I don't think so. You were surprised she was dead.
Then, because this is Portland, and I believe at some point earlier in the game they talked about the death penalty, at the very least, he was willing to die.
Because you know they're gonna start searching for the murder weapon. Why would you risk them searching for that and finding the other stuff you're trying to hide?
Because once again, there's a big difference between in the heat of a moment, overcoming your attacker and ending their life, and sitting here reading about this, listening to it, and having rational thoughts about it.
That is true.
You know, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face. I think Mike Tyson said that.
That is very true. He might tell us himself too.
I have a strong feeling he didn't have a plan about all of this as he was sipping the wine.
Yeah, fair enough.
Case has been solved.
I do hope we still get to hear Joseph.
Yeah.
Are they gonna leave those questions open?
I want to know what comes out of this.
Together the truth of what happened here.
They're closing it.
Yeah. That's not our part. Our part is forensics. We did that.
In a way, you could say Alma Parker is the first victim. She had a gigantic tumor within her prefrontal lobe.
For real?
The true murderer,
Conditions caused by the
nature.
tumor changed her. This card has the evidence of that.
But that's the worst thing of like tumors like this. I had an ex-colleague whose wife also had cancer, like or tumor cancer, I'm not even sure what it was, like a couple years ago. And it came back. And she was also talking about how she was turning really aggressive and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then after she passed away, we had a small talk, and it was really hard for that. Those are like the last memories you also have of someone.
Yeah.
Like that whole going downhill, the aggression,
the decline of the health,
the arguments you have, even though you know it comes from that.
Yeah.
Nature is rough.
She believed her hallucinations were divine visions. Parting with the world, her beloved daughter was first. It was that same love that led to Alma's attack.
If any of you are having weird bruises and headaches, go to a fucking doctor,
This card
please.
proves the violence Alma carried out on her Abigail.
Please. I know this is a video game, but the idea still stands. If you have weird symptoms that you cannot explain yourself, that are not going away, go to a doctor when you can. Please. Please.
Don't end up like Alma.
Yeah. The awful thing that Alma did to her own daughter was the details of Abigail's murder.
Indeed. She put on a mask and fur, then killed her.
That mask has no eye holes.
That's why Abigail failed to recognize her own mother.
The voice of God led her.
Instead, she kept screaming in order to warn Alma away. Abigail's last words are proof of that.
I'm glad Abigail didn't at least realize it was her mom.
Ignorance is bliss in that regard, you mean?
Yeah. Like, doesn't that make it even worse? Like, now she died thinking she could maybe still save her mom.
Semantics. Do I believe it's a difference? Yes. Do I believe a difference matters? No. Not in the grand scheme of things.
I think personally, if I was the one being murdered, I'd rather believe it was a stranger than like my own mother.
Mom! Stay away!
Like, both still suck. Don't get me wrong here.
After the murder, Alma tried to guide her child's soul. The proof of that is on this card.
I know this is not the moment, but that mask is kind of cool.
Tifa and I are very detached already because, you know, we work in this field in video games.
We've seen so many cases.
What Alma did to guide her daughter's soul was the 2 sigils.
Yeah.
This is likely what Mrs. Bowen witnessed. But Alma thought she had failed to save Abigail's soul. In order to guide the soul to its rightful place, Alma thought the sigil needed to be applied before death. So she made careful preparations for Joseph's murder. The evidence of that is shown on this card.
I feel so bad for Joseph.
The wine glass.
Like, was he aware of, like, the mental and health problems that his wife had?
Not to this
Did
extent,
it
I think.
Did it to him just seem like from one moment to the next?
Yes, but this plan failed to work. Joseph woke from the pain and struggled with her in a panic. This card tells us the evidence of that.
The sleeve.
The sleeve.
He literally already had it. He went full stare.
Yeah.
He went full circle.
No, the thing is, if I move this to the left, it goes this way. If I move it to the right, it moves the same way.
Fair enough.
So...
Alma wore the mask and fur again to kill her husband. That's why Joseph didn't know it was Alma attacking him.
So he didn't even know.
He caught her hand, resisting her.
He only realized after.
And in the ensuing struggle, they fell, stabbing Alma.
Yep.
When Joseph removed his attacker's mask, he realized...
Oh, that is also so fucked up.
It was first thought that both cases had the same murderer.
So it wasn't just a big dog.
It was no werewolf, unfortunately.
This is the card with proof
It was a
of the
weremama.
reason why that is.
Hello, Dark Lord. Happy Friday.
How are you doing?
Yeah, this case is also going for the heartstrings. What proves that both murders could not have been the same killer is... Other killer?
What did I do with that?
Other...
What's the mass suspect?
Wait. She couldn't have killed herself like that. Who did the deed? What proves that both murders could have not been the same?
What was it doing there? No. Wait, yes. Go back to the mask. Here, in the fireplace. It proves that because Alma couldn't have thrown it in the fireplace because she was already dead.
Yes.
Oh,
After Alma's
smart.
death,
Yeah.
someone erased evidence of her guilt. No matter how it was done, it couldn't have been Alma.
I mean, I even talked about why somebody would
Yeah.
do this, but
And
yeah,
so
kind
the
of.
truth of this card is brought to light.
The proof that Alma did not commit both killings is,
Other
even
killer.
if
Oh, no, wait.
she couldn't have killed herself like that.
Wait. She couldn't have killed herself.
Now it's this
Person
card.
wanted to hide Alma's crimes. First, her costume was destroyed in the fireplace. The weapon she used was hidden within a clock in the house.
But see, this means he also didn't know about the daughter yet.
Used to make Alma seem like a victim.
This was all...
This card shows who took this effort to exonerate Alma.
I mean, he knew about the diary.
afterwards, I would think.
No. The person who most likely did the things that Alma could not have done is the husband.
Joseph knew Alma was not a woman who could commit murder. Her bizarre acts were a result of her brain tumor. Even then, she still loved her husband and cared about him. Her final words are proof of that.
And here we go.
Joseph, my love, I'm sorry. I can't save you.
This is the truth behind how her life's light was put out.
Can you all stop cutting onions in this room, please?
Tragic indeed. Demon phone?
Naomi, you have a call from Mr. Parker.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. I was just thinking about visiting you. All right. I'll be there soon.
Will you be all right? If you think there's any danger.
Chief, what do you think love is? A true love in which each thought of the other to the end. That may well have been the integral part of this case.
In a way. Completely unmoved by this. I've just seen so much worse.
Fair, at some point you become detached in games.
I guess I'm both happy and sad that you feel this way.
I also have to say I feel like the previous case was even rougher.
Yeah. Yeah. That one hurt me more.
This one is still like, blah.
It's not a competition, but...
Guarantee it's any good. Alma always made coffee.
Wait, he's not in... Oh, I thought he was still detained.
Not anymore.
My wife. She was the best companion a man could hope for. Even when I was stubborn or angry, she still loved me.
Like you.
Mr. Parker.
Oh, sweet.
It's my duty to uncover the truth.
I
I'm so
understand.
moved.
You loved her. Even if you'll be misunderstood and branded a killer, you wanted to hide the fact that Alma tried to kill you.
I'd be better off if she had killed me.
See?
There's absolutely no way she'd kill me without a cause.
That's also why I'd be willing to say what he did.
She must have had some reason for what she did. Please, if it ends like this, Alma will be known as a lunatic. You have to find out what truly happened to my wife. Please.
Yes, I will. That's my duty.
Why not
Didn't
tell
we
him?
already? Did we confirm it was the
Thanks
tumor?
to everyone. I'm a little jealous.
That's a strange statement.
Well, she's someone who's just waiting for a death at this moment. That also gets tiresome at some point, I would think.
Fair enough, I guess.
Oh, there you are, Dr. Kimishima. I was looking for you.
I see. What do you want?
I have the report from the Oxford autopsy.
Oh, here we go.
Tell me all about it, right now.
Right. Her brain tumor was kind of, well, strange.
It is that super cancer
tumor.
shit again.
Yeah.
More vague. Were you actually present at the autopsy?
Stop blaming him.
But it was a condition I've never seen. The tissue around the tumor was black.
So it all goes back to super tumor. In
Yeah.
every story, there is one.
The same as with Veronica. Remove that tumor. I'll have a friend at Resurgam check it. And I want the death certificate made by the end of the day.
You want me to do all that?
No excuses. Get to it right now.
Oh, and now it loops back to her visiting the hospital.
I guess. Yeah.
Because didn't she come there with something
An
they
old
needed to
woman
check
losing
out?
her mind. What in the world is going on?
Which means this is probably the last story as well.
If... No.
Oh, maybe not.
Nope. It's not.
Okay.
Also, with how they now suddenly have two of these super weird cases, wouldn't you want to find out what's causing this?
I mean,
Because
that's what she's going to do.
Yeah, but shouldn't everybody be weirded out about this? And not just her?
Well, I think it was kind of obvious that they were. But she wanted it done like immediately and by him, and it's like, oh, do I have to do all that work now?
I guess. Crime of passion. You wanna do the intro part?
Seeing how we have another long weekend, I prefer to start it fresh when we're back.
Can you believe this one? Can you? Fine.
It's a much nicer flow into it. I think that's nicer. Oh.
I disagree, but for the sake of love, I'm willing to be part of a villainy here.
The only thing I regret is now tomorrow we have to get up early.
We don't have to get up early.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
You wanted to have breakfast with your dad tomorrow morning. Remember?
Yes, but that's not early. That's at like 10.
He's gonna be here at 9:30. I find that's early.
Tifa, super high school level fun killer. I agree.
I'll take it.
I could have easily gone for another hour.
No, we're taking... we're going into a fresh start. Gotta start the new year happy.
What? Then why are we playing this game today?
With new devs. Yeah, I kind of thought we would have this game done by the end of the year actually, and then like in January we start with a Pokemon run or something.
Tifa, why are we not continuing the game right now then?
Because we're not done by a long shot.
Do you maybe think if you add up all the little bits of time you cut out early because of whatever you want to call your behavior?
It's not even early, this is normal time basically. Like 10 minutes earlier.
What are you talking about?
We're like 10 minutes before we usually end the stream. You're acting like we're finishing like an hour early.
We're between 30 and 60 minutes away from when we normally end.
No.
Yes.
We usually stop around 9:45, then we have the whole with the game.
Tifa.
Then we have the outro bit, and then around 10 we end.
I upload and cut every video on YouTube. No, you are wrong.
Nah, I'm not wrong here. I know exactly when we end usually.
Quick, check Tifa for a brain tumor. I will do you one better. I'm logging into YouTube Studio right now. That's the back-end thing for if you upload YouTube videos yourself. So, would you please tell people how long the 9th stream was after being cut for breaks and stuff?
2 hours and 54 minutes.
Okay, we started at 7. 2 hours 54, even including breaks, would be 16 minutes from now. With a 6-minute intro countdown and I believe 2 breaks. That's 3 hours 20 originally, I think.
No, not that long.
Smash or Pass Pokemon, 3 hours 15 after.
We went longer on that one. That doesn't count. We specifically went longer to finish it.
New Year's resolution for Tifa, stop gaslighting. I would love that.
That is not for me.
I would love
We
that.
usually stream
around
3 hours and something.
If Tifa's, let's call it a trend, continues, by June 2024, I set up the stream, we go live with a countdown, we finish setting up, we say, hello everybody, happy Friday, goodbye, and that's it.
Wasn't that enough?
Is your inner clock stuck on like a solstice system? Are the streams getting shorter because it's winter and will they get longer in summer?
Around 3 hours.
Yes, and it's been 2.5.
2 hours 40. That's what I'm saying. We usually end around 1:45. Then with, let's say, 10:50. Then we still have the end stream thing, and then sometimes we pull it over a bit and it's over 3 hours. It's around that time. But that's not the point here, is it?
Your behavior disgusts me. And I think I can speak for everybody.
So, what's everyone's plans for New Year's Eve?
Is a question we could have just asked you during gameplay of Chapter 5, Crime of Passion, because I still got the game open.
Why are you so salty? Now we start fresh.
I don't want to start fresh. I want to finish the game.
I prefer to start a fresh topic instead of 10 minutes into the game.
What happens when Tifa realizes that the chapters in this part of the game are usually so long we don't finish it in one stream?
This is how we're going to end the year as well, but then...
Bickering, yes.
Bickering, but then also add the rest of the family in it so we can all bicker together.
My plan is to do nothing unusual. That sounds good. That sounds good.
I'm kind of jealous of that plan. You know, my plan, I prefer to just sleep through it as usual.
Tifa's plan is to just start fresh, you know, get a nice early night in.
If it was up to me, I'd watch like a movie, preferably Hook, because that's something I used to watch at New Year's Eve, and plan it to like 12 or something or earlier, it doesn't really matter. And
well, if you were a fan,
go to bed.
If you were a fan of Hook, where's your belief, you know, that we can do this? And also, why don't we just bangarang through the rest of the game right?
That's what we're going to do on Tuesday.
I bought 4 or 5 Pokemon games for the Switch because I got memed into completing my decks from Fresh by a comment from last stream. You only have yourself to blame.
Well, there you go.
You only have yourself to blame.
Which
Start
ones
fresh.
did you buy?
Restarting the game.
No, the chapter. Like now
Ask Tifa.
Now we start a completely new story, and it's nicer if you can like get into it instead of like getting the beginning and then have a little break.
Wait. I'm calling you out on this while we're live. Is your reason for ending the stream this freaking early on a Friday? We have 3 days to recover. She even said herself we have a long weekend. Is your reason because you're too lazy / afraid on Tuesday to check the VOD from today to give a proper recap if we played 2 chapters of a game?
No, I YOLO every
That's a
recap.
yes. That's a yes.
I YOLO every recap.
That's a yes.
I don't see your problem.
My problem sits right next to me.
I love me some Hook. Yes, that is still the best Peter Pan movie.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen the Disney remake that came out this year, by the way?
Wasn't it last year?
I think it was this year.
I fell asleep.
Wait, Peter Pan, Disney. It felt really flat.
Yeah.
Like it didn't do anything for me.
You know, usually music, movies, books, whatever, there's like a...
April this year.
There was a remake of Peter Pan? Yes, there was.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
3D movie. Not 3D like glasses, but 3D as in like CGI stuff. Usually a movie is like, there are slower moments, maybe emotional scenes, world building, whatever, when there's action scenes, you know, to get your blood pumping. That movie just went flatline for me the entire time. There was nothing.
It was interesting in what it's trying to do. I can get that.
What was it trying to do? Because
it was like...
I'm asking because
I wasn't feeling
I'm not
any
trying
of it.
to fight you on your opinion. I genuinely want to understand. I don't see it.
I didn't feel any of the action, of the acting, of the characters. I was like, nah.
Clearly not my movie.
No, it wasn't for me either.
I'm happy you found it interesting, Dark Lord, but for me it's like...
2003 version, which one is that? Because that's not Hook. Hook will always be my favorite. Peter Pan 2003. I'm not trusting live remakes. There are a few Disney live remakes that I really enjoy.
Name one.
Dumbo.
Okay.
I thought that one was underrated.
Name one more.
I really enjoyed...
Name one more.
I don't think I've seen the 2003 version actually.
I have not.
The actors don't look familiar.
Okay,
Wait,
Dumbo, what else?
Wait, let me get a quick list. Disney live action.
I would have to say the only live action remake, whatever you want to call it, that I genuinely enjoyed was Aladdin.
And Aladdin. I also really liked that. There were a few things where I thought they could have done it
Aladdin I liked.
better, but I liked it.
Dumbo I didn't care for. I never cared for Dumbo. So
I thought Dumbo was surprisingly good.
it just doesn't click for me. It's like no.
Fair enough.
Lion King I did not like at all. Did not enjoy
Lion
that.
King was the one thing they should never have made a live action with.
Mulan I thought was horrible.
I think Mulan also was interesting in what they were trying to do, but I would have loved it if it was more based on the actual movie. With like Mushu.
It didn't have a single
and all
song,
of
did
that.
it?
No, it was a more serious movie.
That's okay. That is, you can do that, but that's not what I expect if it's a 3D live action remake of Mulan.
Oh, the 101 Dalmatians from 1996. That one was brilliant.
Yeah, but we're talking like current time Disney.
Yeah, fair enough.
Not
The latest Cruella I did not like at all. I was really annoyed at that one. Christopher Robin?
Oh, you mean the one where she was the good guy?
Yeah, where she was this like famous fashion designer.
I didn't hate the movie, it just, like by the end of that one, I think they want to make a sequel, but at the end of Cruella, I think it was called, the character was the direct opposite of what she is in 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, I like the movie, but not as a Cruella de
So it's
Vil
like,
movie.
this is not the same character but like, at that point.
That should have been its own thing, yeah.
I did Mushu, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mushu? Fushu? One of these.
Oh, I thought it was Mushu, but...
I think it was Mushu. I don't know why they will do it.
That was like...
Instead they added a phoenix bird witch that I had no idea why she was in.
That didn't get enough screen time at all.
Yeah.
That was kind of like brushed over, if you ask me. That could also... Pretty good movie. But I would have liked to see it as its own thing and not like a live action remake. Because then I go in with the remake mindset. And then I look at the movie different than from what I do if it would be like, oh, here's original content based on Mulan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Live action Jungle Book. Oh yeah, true. That was
True. That also wasn't too bad. Wasn't a huge fan, but I've never really liked Jungle Book.
I loved Jungle Book as a little kid. For some reason. I could not tell you why. But I liked it. I remember liking it, even if I didn't know why. So the live action one to me was like, we've watched it, haven't we?
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah.
That was, I think that one came out during the pandemic, and they immediately threw it on for streaming. If I recall
Jungle
correctly.
Book live action.
I think it was on Netflix.
2016, Tifa, you are completely off.
Oh shit! Never mind.
It's been.
That's what I mean. I don't have
7
years
years.
and dates in.
Been a while.
I believe they're making a new one now.
Jungle Book 2?
That I don't know, but
Or a new movie?
a new movie.
Let me check Wikipedia. Does it say anything about a sequel? Voice cast. Oh, it was Bill Murray as Baloo. I don't remember that. The MCA, Disney lawyers are everywhere. I don't want to go to jail. Anyway, music, release, novel, box office.
It's probably completely off, especially when it comes to years and stuff. Absolutely.
Sequel. Following the film's financial and critical success, the studio has begun working on a sequel. By March 2017, the sequel was put on hold so that they could focus on The Lion King. As of 2023, this film is still in development. No news has been heard. Well,
Fair enough.
it is second live action from Andy Serkis, which was released straight to Netflix. That one I've seen too, I think.
Oh, maybe that's the one I was thinking of. What was that? Wait, Jungle Book, Netflix.
Yeah. Wait, that's the one where they gave all the animals human-ish faces, right?
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Mowgli, Legend
Yes.
of the Jungle, 2018.
That looked so
Thank you.
weird to me. But
See,
also
I was correct.
2018 and not pandemic. You've watched it during the pandemic probably, but
When did the pandemic?
2020. April
that's already,
2020 in Europe.
Oh, never mind. I do remember watching this on Netflix though. I just have the time frame wrong.
I did not like that movie because I could not get over the faces of all the animals. Because
Weren't the faces based on the voice actors? Like
Yes.
they had the sensor thing on that traced their face movements?
I do not know that, but the faces kind of looked like you have one of those Snapchat filters from the olden days. How do you forget when the pandemic was?
Because time since then has also kind of like been the same.
One of the most memorable and life-changing events of our lifetimes, Tifa. Do you at least remember what year 9/11 was? She doesn't.
No. 2000 or 2001, because it was when my little brother... Was it 2001?
2001.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it happened when a day after
Hello,
the
Sabes.
birth
Happy
of my
Friday.
little brother. That's what it was.
Welcome to Tifa. Wanted to end the stream early, but she's very confused about things.
I didn't say ending early, I just said let's continue then.
We could have had all of these discussions while playing.
No, we couldn't have, and you know it.
Yes, we could have.
No, we couldn't have, and you know it.
There was no pandemic in Ba Sing Se.
Exactly.
At least not in Tifa's Ba Sing Se. It was a while ago. We can barely remember things that happened last week.
Exactly. Exactly.
When was the 11th of March?
In March.
9.5 months ago.
I have no sense of time.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Everything since April 2020, the beginning of a pandemic in Germany, proper at least, has been a blur. The time before that, I'm not too horrible with generally. The time after, it's like, nah. You remember Tiger King, right?
Yeah, that was definitely during the pandemic.
Yes, 2020.
Well, that I can't tell you, but
That was like
I do remember
one of the
that
first big
absolutely being in the pandemic.
And people watching that and going,
Carol fucking Baskin.
Joe Exotic is a hero, and people were like, no.
She had like two sides of everyone.
They're all shit. There's very little people in that documentary that are not in some way, shape or form messed up.
Joe Exotic is still in jail, isn't he?
I hope so. Let me check.
Like I remember
Joe
there was this whole
Exotic.
thing to try to get him out, but I have no clue what happened after it.
In
22
2019, he
years.
was convicted and sentenced to 22 years in prison. So I hope he's still in there.
Yeah, you probably... Oh, his sentence has been reduced by 1 year.
Oh, so it's 21 years. Well, fuck him anyway. Yeah. No, he is still in jail then.
He announced his candidacy for presidency for 2024. Is that even possible when you're in jail?
Yes, apparently.
Really? I mean, that's one way to try to get out of prison, I guess.
I'm not too firm on my American legalese, but I do know that US presidents have the power, right, prerogative, whatever, to pardon people. So I imagine if it was somehow possible to become president while you yourself are serving a sentence, you would then be able to pardon yourself. It's like legally you're taking a screenshot.
I'm more surprised that you can say from prison, like, hey, I want to be president, and then actually try, if that's gonna be a thing.
It is legal. It likely means no one will want to vote for you.
I mean...
Yes, I would not vote for Joe Exotic, and I cannot recommend doing it. Fiction has to make sense, reality doesn't.
It's Trump's dream, kind of.
Somehow, I don't disagree. I agree with you on this cycle, but somehow it hurts at the same time, you know what I mean? Trump's dream, yeah, unfortunately. I hope that doesn't come to pass.
He's also going for the 2024 election, no?
Yes, while being indicted on multiple things and hopefully going to jail soon for a long time, together with lots of other people that
well,
do
you can
deserve
make a
jail.
campaign with Joe Exotic.
I don't want to live in that timeline. I do not want to live in that timeline, Tifa, thank you.
It's strange times.
Yes. I feel like many things in our lifetimes have shown us that humans are weird, but especially from the beginning of a pandemic onwards, it's like you say, Psycho. It's like we play 999 and there's some weird wacky shit happening. And then we go like, well, I still like the writing because in a way it makes sense. It has all the bells and whistles. It seems legit if I suspend my disbelief. But when you open a newspaper, if those still exist, or you go to a website where you read news articles and you think I think to myself, what?
Didn't I just play this game?
How? Like sometimes things happen in real life that make me go, if this was a video game, I would refund it. Because the writing is so bad.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Whatever happened to those African killer bees, by the way? Wasn't that also a thing?
African killer bees?
I remember a couple years ago there was this huge thing about, Africanized bee. Was it like
it's also
big
called the killer bee
and really aggressive, apparently? And people were afraid that it would like spread around the world and America and
like
stuff.
hornets? No, that's something else.
No, there are bees. It's just that they are
I don't remember.
Aggressive and stuff.
I don't remember killer bees.
2014. Skimming over the Wikipedia article.
What are you trying to find out?
Whether I should be afraid of these bees.
Now you're just looking for things.
When these killer bees were supposed to somehow spread to America. Turns out that they don't migrate and die in winter. Good. Good. I feel like there's enough things already that can kill you, and truthfully, if killer bees spread anywhere, it has to be to Australia.
Did you now just think of an article that you read basically 25 years ago?
No, that
also did this come back at some
point? Made a comeback in the 2010s. Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't...
Somewhere in the last decade it was a big deal.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. Well, not over here. I remember it from some some news satire show that I watched. I don't recall. Read our bees these days. We can't start getting rid of bees now. I actually saw
we
a
can
thing
later.
About bees recently, and that taught me that the population of domesticated bees, you know, the stuff that gives you honey, those are actually increasing, which is good. The problem, at least in Germany, is the amount of wild bees that is decreasing because of reasons.
Yeah, because every time someone finds a nest, it's like, oh, we have to remove this.
Yeah, and people
get rid of the
pesticides
nest,
and stuff.
and then they domesticate them.
I think I'm not getting a call from dead people, but they're tickling the tip of my nose.
No, that's the Korean prince.
I wonder why that is, Tifa.
Does your nose start dripping?
Sometimes. Allergies. Sometimes.
Oh well. Oh.
We could have gotten a good head start into the next chapter.
But it's fine that we don't.
So you're saying we just need to adopt more bees? Jack, would you take in a sick bee if it became your friend? Yes.
That would be so cute.
Yes, I would. As a matter of fact,
I love bees.
This is true, we've talked about this before. In summer, like spring to like fall, when we go outside, we do have sugar water on us. So that if we find a bee that has too weak to fly away, we pick up a bee, we give it some sugar water, give it a moment of rest, and then it goes bzzz, flies away.
We take every bee we come across.
I already like jazz.
Wait, what did we say? What did you say?
Was it something I said? Is it a reference I'm not getting?
I would also love to keep my own bees. Like if I could, I would keep
the bee. Fuck the bee movie.
Maybe we should do a watch party with the bee movie. I believe I have the DVD. But with bees, I would love to keep my own, but you're not allowed to have them like on your balcony. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would get like a little garden colony and put bees in there. There is actually someone in the colonies behind us that keeps bees.
That's true.
And we always walk past them and then we stand there and listen to the bees until Jax get anxious from the sound.
Yeah, it makes my whole body itch. In every spot. Yes, even there.
I love the sound of a swarm of bees.
No. There is little things that make me feel less awkward in my own skin and feel like I need to run away and feel like screaming like a little kid than the sound of lots and lots of bees.
I enjoy watching bees. And
They don't do anything to you. They're just buzzing around doing their thing. Like, you're perfectly safe standing there watching. But still, I can hear them.
I'm also always the one that needs to pick up the bees.
That's true. I'm afraid of squishing them.
Understandable.
I want to help the bee, not kill it. You know?
They're not that easy to squish, but yeah.
I don't want to find out.
You just poke them a little and then they walk on your
don't... If I poke a bee, the bee pokes me back. I know that. I know. So you're saying we need to get a guest star on stream to show you how to respect and not fear the bees?
I think there already is respect for bees.
Tifa does that already, so we don't need a guest star for that.
But you need to learn how to not fear the bee.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. No. The way some people are afraid of spiders.
I mean, it makes sense. A fear of bees is very common.
Yes. And I guess because I'm afraid of bees, I also don't approach bees generally, which in return will not agitate the bees.
Even though I don't really get why people are scared of bees. It's
because
like
they can
barely
sting. But they can sting, and when they do, it hurts.
Yeah, but they wouldn't really. Like, if you come across one bee, it wouldn't sting you.
I cannot talk to the bee. If a bee decides my face smells interesting and it buzzes around in my face, I'm gonna move. And then the bee is gonna think, oh no, I'm being threatened. I must kamikaze myself so that my bee friends are safe.
But even that,
and then it stings me.
Such a small.
And then it stings me in the middle of my upper lip.
That's a shitty place.
Yeah, exactly. I live in America, so when bees show up, I'm allowed to draw my non-existent, it's a joke, flamethrower in self-defense. That's what I want to do as well. Yes, with any insect. Any insect.
No, I love bees. I also don't really mind wasps.
Wait, which black and yellow animal is the asshole? Is it the wasp or the hornet?
The hornet is the asshole.
Okay. Nobody likes wasps. But here's what Tifa taught me. Wasps are basically flying ants. They clean up.
Wasps are super useful for the environment.
Hornets are animals that serve no better purpose.
Hornets are
They just
assholes.
kill for sport. Allegedly, according to Tifa. I've been stung by a bee or wasp, but I don't intend to find out how it feels.
I've been
stung by a wasp.
By a wasp once, which was kind of my own fault because it was in the, what do you call knieholte?
Hamstring.
Oh yeah, in the ham.
As we learned the other day.
Just hamstring?
Hamstring.
In the hold of my knee, because hamstring feels like a weird word to say. And I closed it, so it got stuck, and then of course it stung me.
You threatened it.
I mean, I would sting too if I was that wasp and you're trying to squish me to death.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was there though, but yeah, that stung me. Other than that, I've picked up plenty of bees and wasps, especially when I was younger. I liked to play with them in the fields and scoop them off of flowers.
Just imagine.
It's kind of mean.
Imagine a little Tifa running around a meadow, just finding a group of bees and going.
I love that thing. Bees and me, it feels so nice. And I've never been stung actually.
Good for you. What do hornets do? According to Orc in Canada, they help control pest insects.
Yeah, because they kill them for a sport.
Although they may be aggressive, they do not attack unless provoked. Then apparently my face is provoking to hornets. Didn't even know wasps do anything for the world, but I believe hornets do too. Well, apparently they might
do something about it. Well, wasps Wasps clean up all these tiny dead things that lay around or like rotten fruit and stuff. It's handy.
Yeah. The time I got stung by a wasp, I didn't even realize at first. I was laying on the couch and it was summer, not quite that hot yet, but it was warm enough that the windows and everything was open. And I was under a blanket and I heard buzzing and it was getting louder. And then the buzzing was gone. And then after a while I heard the buzzing again. And only then I felt a sharp stinging pain in my leg, near the knee.
You probably felt threatened by the
So
movement.
I removed the blanket and I realized I'd been stung in the leg. It couldn't have been a bee because then there'd be bee remains, you know, they die in the process. So it had to have been a wasp. Thankfully it wasn't that bad. It hurt after I saw it, not when it happened. It was like
It's the case with a lot of like
pinch.
wounds and things.
Yeah. Can we breed spiders to eat the pests instead of hornets? Can wipe hornets out? I'm in favor of it. The question is, with the amount of people that are afraid of spiders, can you find common ground with all of them?
Probably not.
Whether they are more afraid of hornets.
The only thing that I would like to have wiped off this earth is mosquitoes.
Fuck mosquitoes.
Like, fuck mosquitoes, absolutely. I'm quite sure we can also do without mosquitoes. I mean, there's other things
Fuck
insects
mosquitoes.
can eat.
They spread diseases.
Not just
And
that,
it
they itch.
And
Like,
they spread
I wouldn't
diseases.
even mind mosquitoes if it wasn't for that damn itching.
I would still mind mosquitoes for the amount of horrible diseases they can spread.
That's not really a thing here, but yeah, in general, I can agree with
This is
you.
Tifa. It doesn't affect me except I'm itchy.
No, but it sounded like it's something you're scared of.
It
And
can-
it's not something you need to be scared
That
of.
can still happen here too.
Yeah, but the
It's
chance
just-
is so extremely small. But yeah, in general, I think we can agree mosquitoes should just die out.
Yes. 2 times I've been stung. Once it was just at school trying to go to language arts. By a
They're
wasp?
garbage.
So, we need to interview a wasp. Why do you hate the language arts? Why'd you sting Dark Lord?
It was lost.
The other time we were in garbage, both places I didn't have much way to avoid them. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, but now we know wasps hate languages. Oh, it was a bee because I left a stinger both times. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, that's so rough.
Why can't they just like bite? Like munch and then just fly away?
Well, bees usually don't have a problem with
This makes me cry.
stinging certain like insects or animals, and their stinger comes out just fine. But it's because of our type of skin that it gets stuck.
Fair enough. That's also horrible.
Yeah.
Why am I crying? My eyes are dry.
It's okay.
Bees!
It's okay.
Bees! Something like that, I guess.
But yeah, regardless, I love bees. If I like win the lottery and become rich, I definitely want to get a place where I can become like a beekeeper.
Sounds good. Just make sure it happens far away from me.
In our garden.
No.
Like, it needs to be like somewhat
No.
close.
It needs to be far away. Be yourself. Oh god, that emote. That emote.
I don't think I wanna
No,
keep those sort of bees.
Listen, I like bees. If I ever see that bee down there, it will die. It will die.
You wanna taste my honey?
Why you gotta make it rapey?
That's what this bee... Look at the face! That's exactly what that bee is saying.
No, that bee is saying bzz, bzz. Which is bad enough.
Oh well.
Why you gotta give it layers? Pesky bee. No, exactly. Maybe we should watch the bee movie.
I've seen it.
Bzz, bzz, motherfucker.
Have you never seen the bee movie?
What the fuck, Tifa?
What?
Wanna taste my honey? It's like...
What?
If Tifa was a bee, she would be willingly show you her stinger.
Only bees. Would be buzzing.
Are you serious?
You say it fits perfectly.
Tifa's the real queen bee here. Thankfully not.
Have you never seen the bee movie?
No.
Oh, we're gonna watch it.
I mean, I've seen enough of it to know that I don't ever want to watch it.
We're gonna watch it.
I guess there's my project for the long weekend.
What is it, Tuesday? We'll be coming back here, and Jack will let us know what he thought of the B movie.
If it's a Tifa solo stream, then yeah. Talking about solo streams, when is your work stream?
12th of January.
There's something you can look forward to in the new year. In 2 weeks, there's gonna be another Jack solo stream. Most likely.
Yeah, that's a Friday. So you can play your only... Or play a game...
Play only bees.
You can play a game only you want to play.
Wait. I mean, I already had an idea what I want to do, but did they make a B movie game?
I don't think so. Oh yes, wait. We have a...
They did.
We have a B game that we once won in Focus
B
Stream,
Simulator.
B Simulator, yeah.
B movie game, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, Microsoft Windows. And there's a Wii version.
I'd ask what game, but I figure Yamina won't tell me. It's probably a Mega Man game.
I was thinking of Mega Man 5. No, this time it's not a sequel. We can have Jack all for ourselves. I take that as a compliment. No, I learned just recently that somebody amazing, I forgot their name, I'll look it up, made a ROM hack of Mega Man 5 for the Game Boy, Mega Man V if you want to be fancy, that makes it a color game, like if it was a Game Boy Color re-release. And I'm in love with it. Mega Man 5 on Game Boy is one of my favorite Mega Man games.
And I'm not interested in it.
One of the easier ones, but still so much easier for you, not for me. But yeah, the Game Boy one, somebody made a ROM hack, making it a colorized version. It looks great. If you like playing it, maybe you will do that. Maybe. Most likely. At least that's my plan. Or maybe I'll play the B movie game, but then again, that's maybe something we should play together.
Yeah, you can play Mega Man. That's not something I care about.
I mean, I don't think we should play the B movie game, but at the same time, I feel like that's why we should.
I have no clue how that game even is. I didn't even know there was a game.
Its score's not that bad. 7 out of 10 on most review sites.
Well, let's say 6.5 on
How
average.
long to beat? Oh my god, we're doing this. B movie game.
Depends on the price.
6.5 hours.
I don't think that's a game I'm gonna buy full price if it's like $40.
I'll have a look. Scour's on eBay this weekend. The only Mega Man game I've beaten and enjoyed was Astro by Omega Factor for Game Boy Advance. I have very faint memories of that one. I remember it being good, but Mega Man-ish. I mean, more or less.
Well, and I have some Mega Man to look forward to in roughly 2 weeks.
How did we end up with a B movie game? I can tell you how. But first, we must boo Tifa. The reason we came to the B movie game potentially being streamed here at My Favorite Letter is X at some point is that Tifa 40 minutes ago went, "No, I don't want to play the game anymore. I want to start fresh on Tuesday." So it's Tifa's fault, first of all. Then we went with asking you all what your plans for the New Year and New Year's Eve and stuff are. So we talked about that when we talked about Disney. Then we talked about video games, and we talked about bees and movies and games, and yes.
Have some flat.
So here, about this thing. Tifa and I have a disagreement. We need your help really quick. You are here to live through history. Tifa has made this star. This much is known, that happened the other day.
A very beautiful star.
Tifa wants to name the star Vlad. Like Vlad Dracula. But after the stream, she said something else.
What did I say, Rolf?
She called him Ralph.
I'm not sure where Ralph came from.
And that is so unfitting, it's perfect in my opinion. So the question is, when you look at the star, does this look, Andrik, thank you for Marisa, please help us. Does this
Thank
look
you very much, Andrik.
like a Vlad, or does it look like a Ralph? It has to be pronounced the most German way possible, which is Ralph.
Ralph.
I think it's a Ralph. Hendrik, happy Friday. How are you doing? Thank you very much for listening.
The other name is going to be a middle name probably.
Vlad der Stern.
Ja,
Ralf der Stern. Ralf.
He can't do a rolling R.
Ralf? Ralf. Technically in German it's with an F, but
Ralf.
it looks like a Pillsbury Doughboy absorbed Patrick's spark. The problem is, Hendrik,
He's dancing. He's like,
he's not dancing. He judges you. And like it doesn't matter where he is, but I somehow follow you. Like it's super weird. I need to put this away. Okay, it's decided. It's Ralf. Ralf der Stern. Thank you, everybody.
Maybe I should write it on the back.
Do it. My favorite letter is X and my least favorite letter is Ralf.
He's now the stream mascot.
I thought you are. I thought...
True, he's the mascot's assistant.
I thought Vodka and Kirby are.
True, Vodkas as well.
We have lots of mascots.
We have
basically.
A lot. You can't really have enough mascots, can you?
Fits perfectly on the shelf. I don't know if I want to add that to it.
I don't think you would really see it all on the shelf. Maybe if you put them in front of one of the jars.
Yeah. When's für Ralf der Sternhemden? Maybe. Maybe.
Tifa lost the popularity contest. Now Ralf is more popular.
Read the whole comment after her bad decision making. Mwah. Yes, exactly.
Oh, we should make like a giant thingy for it so that when I'm on my work party, you can stream with Ralf. Have Ralf as a cutout here.
Maybe. I could Photoshop Tifa's face on it too. Because you are a star.
Aww.
I know, I don't know.
Why, thank you. You're adorable.
So precious.
So precious.
Key of Awesome once did a parody of a Justin Bieber song. Forgot the name of the actual song, but that's a line from her.
I have no clue.
The Key of Awesome. I miss those people.
Did they quit, right? Or they went on a pension with those movies? Or movies with those songs?
Yeah, they quit in, I want to say 2018 or something like that.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yes, they did.
Oh.
You know who doesn't quit? Me. You know who does quit? Tifa.
But I always come back.
Like a boomerang.
Yeah.
So even when people throw you away.
Exactly. You can't get rid of me. I'm not sure what's worse.
I would never want to get rid of you.
Oh, I thank you. How sweet.
Ever.
Objection.
Why? She does keep returning. I mean, so do I, but still.
At some point, at least.
I never leave. I would be the worst boomerang ever with how clingy I am. I'd be like just orbiting you.
You can't even be thrown.
I've watched Jack quit so many games that makes me want to cry. I don't recall what you're talking about. I have no idea.
Well, the games we all quit this year were all on me, I think.
No. Parker Plus was on both of us. We made that as a joint decision. It's slow.
Amnesia was me.
Amnesia was because of your stomach. Yeah.
Did we? Actually, that was it, I think.
That was it.
I think we finished the rest, yeah, okay. Sure.
That was
This year was not a bad year when it comes to that.
Yeah. I mean, we do try to make an effort to actually finish the game.
Castlevania.
That didn't happen this year.
That was totally not this year. And we finished that with a speed run.
Exactly.
It looks like we quit because that's how fast we finished it.
Exactly. He never forgets. If a tree falls over, but the only person who remembers is Evie, did the tree still fall down?
I don't
yes,
know. I'm busy spinning counterwise.
That is true. Oh, another thing you can be mad at Tifa for.
Oh, more things?
Yeah.
What else did I do?
There's plenty. Be happy I don't drag all the skeletons out of a closet.
I was gonna say cows out of the dredge, but old cows out of the dredge.
Stop being so Dutch. Tifa said to me that she wants to play a Pokemon game again. And I told Tifa, we can do that.
Nah. Yeah.
You are a hard piece sometimes. I have told Tifa, be a human centipede. Probably, yes. So Tifa said, I want to play Pokemon games again on stream. I told her, cool, which one? She's like, the next one. I'm like, what is the next one? Oh, we played Sun and Moon last. I'm like, no, look it up. And I did show her multiple times, she keeps forgetting. Last one we played was Black and White.
Well, obviously, you've proven today that the last one we played was, what's it called, the new ones?
The last one we played that we didn't just play through because it was new and we wanted to play them on stream was Black and White because we finished Platinum. I still feel that knife in my back. But we only got 3 streams into Black and White, and I'm saying let's continue Black and White because we finally, after 3 streams, got to a point where we could actually get through the game because of the randomizer and stuff. And Tifa was like,
I think we should start over or do the next one. It's now been over a year. Why would you continue a run that has started and barely started over a year ago? Like, start anew.
To quote a great smart person,
Start
Honest
anew.
Psycho, you have to do them in order.
Yeah, that's fine, but then at least let's start new.
I agree with
Start
Tifa's
over.
that.
Like, why would you even now go back to an old save file that no one remembers?
I do.
Then play that one privately.
Was the last one when you stabbed me? Yes. That was the second to last one. That was Platinum. We did start Black and White.
We did do another one after that, and of course the normal Pokemon game. But if we now do another run, it's gonna be another Nuzlocke.
Team Tifa here.
Thank you.
Stop enabling.
How many
take
Pocket
it.
Monster games have you finished? We have done quite a few Pokemon runs in the past 3 years, and even redid some of them.
I can't count them.
I want to say we've done at least like 7 runs.
More.
More?
I want to say like 15 in total.
Oh, that
Not
many?
all of them
Okay.
are on YouTube. We only started uploading. We took a break from uploading videos for a while. And we did start again with with Red and Blue, I want to say.
We definitely
I don't
redid
recall.
that one. We Team Jack because I have a shirt that says so, but I disagree on a spiritual level. I'll take the spiritual disagreement.
Never forget Jack's Doom.
That porting.
Never.
Poison sucks, man.
Oh, one thing about Jack's Doom, and unfortunately part of the reason why only Evie really has the ability to remember because she was here for that. Like I just said, we didn't upload our streams to YouTube for some period in between. Starting tomorrow. Yeah, effectively starting tomorrow. We're uploading we're uploading our streams to YouTube in the order that we streamed them in. So far what I did, because I'm in control of that, Tifa is lazy. No, she does other things. But that's true.
Whenever I say something, you go like, nah, that's not the thing.
I don't like your decision.
When it comes to the creative part, we do not match at all.
That's true.
Like, not one bit, so it's better if I just stay away from it and let you do it, because we never agree.
Yes.
We never agree.
But I was trying to say, previously, because of the fact that we stream 4 times a week but only have 3 YouTube uploads a week, there would be a backlog at some point, and then I would put them in like, okay, so now you get this game in its totality and then the next one and so on and so forth. Or maybe like every Saturday breaks it up a little. But now we're uploading them in the order that we streamed them in. And my idea is that through when we're on our next vacations and not streaming, we get rid of a backlog so that they are on YouTube faster. There might be, I need to still think about this, not a promise, it might be that to tide you over while we're on vacations and stuff, when the backlog is gone, that I do look at those old hard drives I've got behind me and maybe do like a throwback Thursday thing. And then maybe everybody, for posterity's sake, gets to see the origin of Jack's Doom. It was before we had a camera.
That is true, but I wouldn't at this point.
Maybe.
We'll still argue about
it's
that
a
off
possible.
screen.
When's Emerald? Not anytime soon. I hate
I've been wanting to do Emerald.
Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. We have played them.
Not Emerald itself.
Yes, we have. We have specifically played Emerald, I believe.
I know, I said again.
See?
It is still there.
It is
Somewhere.
there. I mean, it's right behind me. It's in the bottommost drawer. Did we play Emerald? No, we didn't.
Ruby and
we didn't.
Sapphire.
We did Ruby. We did Ruby and Sapphire.
See?
That's true.
There was a bit of a difference in Emerald, I recall.
That is true. So I keep looking for Emerald. 1 second. So let me click here. Let me click there. Let me click here and copy. There you go, Darklock. Done. It was an X-Lock race. It's Ruby and Sapphire, but it's close enough, right? I mean, it's still Gem.
When we do another Pokemon run, by then we'll just hold a poll again. If it's gonna be a Nuzlocke or a Soul Link.
Or something else. I don't know if people have come up with some other craziness that we can...
because when we do Pokemon, we always play against each other on a version, or like with each other, but we each play a version.
Yeah, most of the difficulty comes from Tifa. Soul Link. Remember how I got you a Mewtwo?
No.
And then you fucked it all up? I remember in
I
Rock
also
Tunnel.
recall having...
In Rock Tunnel, I remember. It still hurts.
Maybe with a randomizer again. I kind of like
course.
the randomizer.
Of course. So I got a copy of White 2, but I don't know where my DS is. I don't want to have to return to Dreamworld. Well, good luck finding it. If you have a 3DS, does a 3DS also take DS games? I think it does.
I think it does. I don't think they have
Yes, it does.
different thingies.
Yes, it does. You could play it on that if you still have one.
But yeah, Pokemon is definitely back on the menu.
Hey.
Probably after Trauma Team. What's this? What's what?
What's what?
Is it flat? Oh no, Ralph. Now it's Ralph.
Ralph is Ralph der Stern is casually sitting here staring at me.
Despair off the menu.
Pokemon
back on.
No. The stream time is now at 3:27. Tifa said it was ending at 2:40. I know, right?
I said we usually end around between quarter to 10 and 10 with playing the game. And now we just had a conversation which I didn't want to cut off, but we wouldn't have had this conversation if we were playing the game, is what I'm saying. Like, it's different.
I'm happy either way, but your bullshittery of, oh, we usually end around this time.
We're now streaming longer. We usually stop playing the game between quarter to 10 and 10. And I know, because I have an internal sense that starts yawning between that time.
My New Year's resolution for 2024 is for Tifa to stop being like this. I love you despite this.
My problem usually is I can't sleep anymore directly after stream. So I still stay awake for like an hour or two. Then I have to wake up at around 6.
Objection.
Then I'm dead in the morning and it's a very rough morning.
I don't think you heard me. Objection.
I'm ignoring your objection.
We have a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, but now I wanted to start the new chapter fresh. It didn't have to do with, oh, I want to end.
Why are you just
right
telling
now.
us about your sleep patterns?
Because you're complaining in average, not just about today.
Stop moving the goalpost.
And especially during
Stop
a weekday,
gaslighting.
That is my reason. So I'm always
Stop gaslighting. I'll cut for your words. That's
but
a
I
lie.
also have a job to perform at.
hey everybody, isn't it nice how at least over here people like us and other people who are off on the bank holidays get to enjoy a 3-day weekend now? Like, oh, super awesome. Nobody cares. Jack and Tifa, what do Central Europeans do for New Year's? And how much of it is drinking?
I think there's always drinking, no matter where.
I think that depends entirely on the people.
It's safe to say there's drinking.
Yes. Usually it involves having at least one drink, like cheersing each other for New Year's Eve. So usually, what I know from get drunk, get fingers blown off the usual. No. How I know this, my experience might not be yours, Honest Psycho. It might not be Tifa's. In my family, usually we would get together around evening time, have dinner together. Usually something that takes a bit longer, like raclette. We've talked about this.
Same in the Netherlands.
And then afterwards, everybody just sits there, waits for it to get midnight. And then the fireworks.
They watch shows from like the 50s, black and white,
when
or
you
something
say
music.
They, you mean
your
my
family. Your family.
It's not me.
And you're not allowed to touch the remote, because then there's arguing to come.
Imagine the cliche American Thanksgiving Christmas dinner, but everybody waits for it to get midnight to celebrate. Then at midnight you celebrate with everybody that the year's over. My grandmother and my grandfather get out their wallets and shake them, because they are superstitious and they believe if you hear the coins jingling and clanking in your wallet at New Year's, then that's a good sign of wealth. It seems to be working for him, so I'm not complaining. I don't really do that. Then everybody has an alcoholic beverage or not, and then immediately after that somebody makes coffee. We have donuts. I mean, Pfannkuchen, Berliner. They have many names. They depend on where in Germany you're from.
It's basically a round filled donut, usually
it's
with a plum
jam-filled donut. Yes.
Jam-filled.
Fill. Plum is
Someone fell on it.
Plum is the classic one. Then we all eat those, and then my grandparents go, we're tired, and then the rest of the family leaves.
I'm tired way before that.
Yeah, same.
Like, we just sit there on our phones for like 5 hours, because they're also not conversations that we can take part of. Like, we're not allowed to put anything
I don't
else
need
on.
to listen to my grandfather telling me the 50th iteration of the same story of how New Year's Eve in his youth was way better.
I want to bring some cards along. Maybe we can play cards on Sunday.
What do you do?
In the Netherlands,
did you used to do in the Netherlands?
Kind of the same. Like, you have dinner, usually like raclette. Then
Gourmet, she's lying.
You watch some fun shows together, play games.
So you actually enjoy spending the time with each other?
It's definitely a bit more fun than my experiences in Germany so far.
Sorry for that. I'm not directly responsible, but I'm like adjacent to the problem.
Celebrate a bit, have fun, maybe fireworks. I've never been a big fan of that, so I've never really done it. Maybe watch it, go for a walk, talk with the neighbors, wish everyone a happy new year. Others just go full out party.
Yeah. Dance, drink, whatever.
We eat oliebollen. Oliebollen, that's
it's
oil balls translated.
It's a sweet yeast dough, sometimes filled with raisins or other stuff that gets baked by it being deep fried. So it's warm and slightly like chewy and greasy.
It's tasty.
Usually covered in sugar and cinnamon, right?
Just powder sugar.
Powder sugar, that's what it is. Yeah.
That's our typical New Year's food. And I know in Spain, when it's 12, you have to eat 7 or 12, I believe 12 grapes. Like with each clock thingy, like when it goes dim, dim, you have to eat 1 grape.
Okay.
That's what my Spanish colleagues
I can eat 12 grapes, I think.
With each hit of the clock, you eat a grape.
Alright. I think my timing would be off, but still.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really depends on your personality as well. I know lots of people go partying.
Yeah, or they just don't celebrate at all. Like,
I prefer to like just sleep through it, honestly. Like maybe have a nice dinner.
I'm just in it for food.
Maybe watch a movie.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't really like care about waiting until midnight. Like I'll be the first one to get up when we celebrate with his family to go home. And then funnily enough, your dad always blames your grandparents.
True. My father, for some reason, also insists, ever since we moved out, that when the New Year's Eve festivities are over, that we go to his place and spend the night there, and then the next morning we have breakfast together. Tifa this year took the blame and went like, nah.
We're going home.
For me, he asked her, which was funny because he asked her, so you're gonna spend the night with me again? And she's like, nah.
He didn't even ask, he just expected
Then
us.
I came back into the room and he was like, yeah, maybe you can still let me know whether you're gonna spend the night.
You can talk with Jack about it.
Yeah. No, there's nothing to discuss. She made a decision. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
We're just gonna take an Uber home.
Yeah, we're gonna have a breakfast tomorrow instead of on Monday.
He doesn't know that yet.
Oh, he will know that tomorrow. Early New Year's Eve breakfast. Huh, Dad? Isn't it nice? Something like that. Can chill at home. That's not a bad idea.
I like that idea.
Yep. Just relax. Do whatever you find fun.
I really don't like the forced festivities, and this is New Year's Eve is definitely like a forced festivity to me.
Yeah, I don't even get gifts. Like, why am I there?
Like, I get the whole fun, but at least like do something fun. Like, let's play some games, or at least watch a funny show or something, or do something together. But it's literally just sitting on the couch for 5 hours, not saying anything, playing on my phone, hoping my battery lasts.
Let's charge your power bank tonight.
I was thinking the same thing.
Take a deck of cards or something.
Like, I always wanted to play like a game on the TV, and then I was like, okay, grandparents can't just watch. They seem to be arguing instead of watching TV, and then all hell broke loose because I was going for the remote.
You cannot take the TV away from my grandfather. He puts on a channel, he complains about the program. He changes the channel, he complains about the program, goes back to the previous one. There is some more steps involved, but that's it for the next 5 or so hours. Maybe congrats on being first.
Congratulations. I'll be glad when it's over. I hope all of you have lots of fun though.
Yes, please do.
And have a good
New Year's Eve.
I was looking for a translation for like
Guten Rutsch, we say in Germany.
Have a nice slide into the new year, as you say in Germany.
Yeah, I'm very thankful that you didn't translate as slip.
Slip?
Yeah.
Why'd you say slip?
Ausrutschen. I slipped on something.
No one will translate that, huh?
Yes, because it also makes people think of underwear.
Got lots of cool games for Christmas. I hope you get to play some of them or check them out.
Yes.
On New Year's Eve.
Yes, on every screen.
Every day.
That's not a bad idea.
Guten Rutsch. Yes.
What do you say in Dutch?
Gelukkig nieuwjaar. Happy New Year.
Can you say that without doing that throat thing?
Gelukkig nieuwjaar.
There's 2 G's in that. And you can hear them. I will never understand this.
Thank you all so much for the past year. It's been a blast. The coming year.
Thank you for the next year in advance.
It's gonna be great. Kind of a weird tradition, isn't it?
What?
To like start a new year.
Well, yeah, calendars need to end and begin.
Yeah, but to like go along with that.
What?
I don't know, it always seems so weird to have like this reset. Yeah, you know what? Never mind, I can't even put it to words. Gelukkig nieuwjaar to you too. Know you and all of you.
Is this the moment where Tifa realizes what calendars are?
No, but I mean to celebrate it like every year so bigly, and then you have like a fresh start at the new year, and 1st of January it's like a whole new life is gonna begin.
Well, yeah.
So kind of a weird tradition if you think about it.
Where does that come from? I should have. See, had I known you were gonna ask that you were gonna propose that question, I could have prepared for this. Could have given a whole PowerPoint presentation on why people celebrate the New Year.
That's where my brain was going.
Yeah, I like it.
But yeah, now it's really the end of stream.
We went 9 minutes over the time I said.
We are usually done by this time already, I am telling you, but I'm not going back into that discussion. We're now going overtime, and we did some overtime before too, so you can't really compare the times.
Tifa is complaining she's been having fun for too long.
Starting Tuesday, I'll keep it up and make sure we stick to the correct time, so that you can see the right average.
Tifa,
that's my New Year's resolution.
That is so disgustingly cliche German. No. No. Please don't. For the love of everybody, please don't.
We'll see, we'll see.
No. But like she said, thank you very much for 2023. Here's to 2024. Love.
Love.
20.
24.
I love it when I can hear the gears start turning. It's like, what do I say?
I still have to like...
I just threw up in my mouth. You are welcome for that as well.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No, everyone have an awesome end of the year. Hope you guys are gonna have a blast. Be safe. Don't hold fireworks in your hands for too long. All of that. You know the drill.
For all the Dutch people, don't fucking attack ambulances and police and firefighters.
And we'll see you all in the new year.
Yes. I know Tifa said all of these things before pressing the buttons. And there was going to be an awkward pause, and now she pressed the button. Everything Tifa said, but I mean it more. Yeah. Thank you for doing overtime. We will see you next year. Bye!
Thank you, thank you.